Steven, hello, how's it going?
Yeah, good. How are you?
What happened in the room? I mean, what happened? Did you stay on for a while or did you leave?
What's the background?
Sorry? No, that's the background noise. I'll close my door.
Yeah, it was good to get some of my songs played this morning.
Just give me a second, Steven. I think this should be better.
So you've been up since 4 a.m.?
Excuse me. No, I slept for a bit, for a
Yeah.
couple of hours. Yeah, woke up, did my calls for the day. I have a 3 o'clock session, then I have a Zoom call from New York, and I have a one-on-one session with a student right now. But that's all screen sharing, so it's all right.
Mm. So you busy now?
That's all right. I'm on. Even yesterday when I was talking to your mom, there's always something happening. So
Yeah, no.
if I'm not busy, the team is busy.
If you're
But,
busy, you're busy. Work's more important, dude.
yeah. No, but see, what makes it better and easier because when a team, you just need to keep motivating the team to keep going on, checking on them, making sure that the tasks for the day are done, and you know.
Yeah,
So a lot of work goes into coordinating phone calls, hours of talking. Like I just
yeah,
the scenes back this Saturday,
yeah.
not just with classes. I might just play this Saturday. So but there's a new set of rules with the cops now. Check this out. So the general manager of this club, I told you right, where I run the show till 6 a.m. with we spoke about this right
Yeah, I
last
think.
time.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So the general manager of that place called me and saying, "Bro, we're back on." He's saying, "But this time the cops are giving us permission, whatever, not permission. We've got to pay them a lot more than what we paid them before."
Yeah,
Excuse me. But there's a new guy that's coming. He has the name of every single DJ, every single artist management company, every single club owner. My name's all there in the cop station.
yeah.
I, so I was telling the general manager. I said, "You know what? If not for anything, we created history." I said.
Yeah.
I mean, we were not defined. Y'all just don't want to be inclusive into what we're doing. Y'all stopped us from doing what we wanted to do.
That.
So there was no other way to play music or to have a gig that goes until 6 a.m. If if not done legally, it had to be done illegally.
Mm.
With
Yeah, I don't think you can be gigging at like 6 a.m. or 5 in the morning. That's illegal, isn't it?
yeah, but you see, the funny part is, it's not in the city.
Yeah.
It's really far off.
Oh,
Now,
so is it in like the countryside? Some.
something like that. Like from my house to the club. It takes
Yeah.
me an hour, 15, 20 sometimes.
Yeah.
So
No.
I have to leave my house at 11 p.m.
Shit.
because if I leave earlier before that, I'm gonna be stuck in traffic. And I start playing at 1 a.m., right? So 11 is a good time to leave the house, and there's not much traffic, but it's really far. So you see, the jurisdiction in that area, uh, oh my God, it's just too complicating, bro. It's just, this the area where we're doing it in, the cops are all right because and the city cops don't come in there because it's a different jurisdiction, so there's a whole lot of paying off to do just to have a dance party. Damn.
Yeah, well, you got to understand. Whenever you put a gig or a music event, it's all legal paperwork too, man. Even in Australia, it's a nightmare.
I mean
You
I
know,
mean
someone pulls
the,
over.
the cops don't stop it till legal. The legal time is for
Yeah,
for standalones 1:30.
yeah,
For five-star properties it's 3 a.m. and we're of course the most defined one that goes until about 6:30 a.m. So you see, five stars have the facilities and the infrastructure to run because now most of the hotels have 24-hour licenses,
oh,
which is a good thing. Yeah, because a hotel you need to have that, to get certified to be a certain star 5 or 7 or something. So you have to have a 24-hour bar running and all sorts of jazz that kind of make it a hotel. So hotels have generate the most amount of business because they're allowed to go until 3:30 a.m. 30 minutes past 3 a.m. is all right. Cops don't say anything,
Yeah.
and that's the legal time.
What happens if you don't stop at the legal time for a gig or a DJ? What can happen to the venue?
The cops will come in, they'll seize equipment, they'll start breaking shit. First thing they want to catch the DJ, and then it's a whole lot of waiting time till you get your bag back with your laptop and your controller and your headphones. But it usually doesn't reach to that point. I mean, only the cops know who's doing what, right? They're in hand with the nightlife. So,
Yeah.
um, I see the ones who are targeted are the really cocky ones, the ones who are like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
As
that's
long as you're doing it legit, as long as you know everyone, you're not doing anything illegal,
yeah.
we're just playing music. We're making sure that that's all that's happening at the venue. I have about 10 bouncers, bro, and three lady bouncers, three female bouncers. So there's 13 in total.
Well, if you go to Las Vegas, Las Vegas, you get like these nightclubs, and they got the DJs and all that. You could smoke cigarettes in a nightclub in Vegas. Can you do that in India or
Yeah, you
not?
can smoke. And people end up, that's what makes it the problem. You can smoke, and but then sometimes narcotics is the biggest problem that we face over here because the amount of contraband we seize over the weekend, it's not even funny.
You think, oh,
But that's why we beefed up our security.
you
It's
think,
like going. Sorry, yeah, sorry.
you think these venues are spending all this money on securities, and I don't know how people get away for legal stuff. I really don't.
Um, yeah, but at least it keeps a lid on it. At least they know that they can't mess with if you're going to enter my party, get ready to be checked from head to toe, whether
Oh,
you're a female or a male. Female section, the male section.
yeah.
And yeah, so they will not do anything to you. I mean, if you're caught with a pill or maybe a little bit or whatever stashed in your pocket, they'll take it, they'll confiscate it,
Mm.
they will let you in, and they'll have the eye on you after that. But
Uh,
nothing is, and all that contraband is taken and then given to or thrown. Some people destroy it on. I destroy it on the spot. If I'm caught with someone just to make them feel shitty about it, I'll destroy it right in front of me, and throw it in the
look,
bin because I stand at the gate most of the times
you,
at my
you,
events.
uh, we have this Death Con music festival in Australia, and the amount of people that just bring drugs in, right? This is true. And there's all these cops hanging around, and I don't know how they get away with it.
Steven, Sapphire says hi.
Yeah,
Hey,
hi
hey,
Sophia.
hey.
Hi guys. No, I was listening to you guys talk. I'm just here. I'm just gonna jump onto YouTube in a while because I've seen something I want to watch. I'm trying to get more traction on my post. So
Yeah,
yeah, I need to find out about that a bit later today. But how are you guys doing? Are you
yeah,
but you
good.
both are podcasters? I know you, Stephen. Leon, I saw your Instagram page. That looks really good. I like the layout of how you've done your
Yeah,
Instagram post. It looks really
we're
professional as well.
Thank you,
I
thank
was
you.
thinking
recording.
to tell my friend about it. I was like, you've laid it out. He's a DJ, but he's obviously a small fish one. But he's a young guy and he's trying and he's got a disability. So I'm gonna definitely I don't know if this seems a bit creepy, but I might screenshot your actual layout and say to him, if he does go on to do events, this is a good way. Use the lighting. It's really engaging. But yeah, I found it
Wow,
really
thank you,
engaging.
thank
It's
you,
really
thank you so
it's
much.
really
But and you know
artist.
what, Sapphire? You can ask him to get in touch with me on Instagram if he's just starting, if he needs help marketing himself with the music or anything to do with the music business. Feel ask him to reach out to me. No,
Oh,
no,
thank
it's not
you.
creepy at all. Not creepy at all. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because
I run a school. I run a music school. It's an
okay.
audio engineering school for DJs, music producers, the works, plus an agency, a record label, gear store, everything with the music. So Don't ever
Oh.
think it's creepy. Thank you
Yeah,
for
I've got
sharing that.
my own artists as well. So you cover all different types of music as a DJ, right? But I've got an artist at the moment that I'm managing. It's my friend. I'm just helping him out. But yeah, I always look at DJs' pages and see how they kind of, like how passionate is someone. Their page kind of reveals that sometimes, I feel, depending on their talent, in it, their ability. Depends. You could be passionate and your social media might not convey that message, depending on how you can use your device or the applications. But yeah, I really liked how you posted, and it said a lot that you can it shows the real passion behind what you're doing as well.
You know, the funny thing is, Stephen and me just spoke about this
Oh,
yesterday.
sorry.
Stephen, did we talk
So-
about Instagram?
Yeah,
About how I changed my post to keep it aesthetically visible by keeping my account open, but my comments closed.
yeah.
So
It was
so if anyone
it was not yes, it was the day
are there
before.
before, we talk every day, bro.
Yeah. And we chatted this morning. You were up about 4 o'clock,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
stayed. I stayed till they played your track. I left about five. Yeah, about 5 a.m.
Jesus Christ. You know.
But
Yeah,
Safaya,
Sophia,
yeah, thanks for stopping by. Tell us a little bit more.
recording a podcast as well.
Yeah, I've just gone and followed you. See, I stalk everyone and follow everyone's page. But I just think it's this a nice thing to do because where you guys both got YouTube pages, it
Yeah,
doesn't cost anything for me to follow. You know what I mean? We're all trying to get more exposure. So yeah, I followed. I do make time to go and check out the posts. Like today, Stephen, I just listened to one talk about Instagram, how to share a video and stuff. But I've
yeah,
decided on my podcast, I'm going to do some explaining because I'm a content creator as well as a podcaster. I feel like, especially where I do my live streaming, not everyone knows how to actually get past having confidence and sitting in front of a camera. They need the technique, you know what I mean? So I know I overcome that barrier because I hated sitting in front of the camera. That's why I loved podcasting. And now I've seen how to actually do it. I feel like I can put into a podcast and actually say, you know what, this is how I was able to do it, and this is what you need to focus on, and how to actually convey confidence and not get too wrapped up that you are being watched. You know what I mean? Especially if you have social anxiety, it's kind of hard to if you don't have social anxiety. I think everyone has a level of anxiety, even if they're confident. There's times where you might want to. It's like we can get a lot out of being on the screen. As much as audio is powerful, people want to
yeah.
see the person behind the.
Well, exactly, and I think you're right. And look, Sophia, you're welcome, and Leon, you're welcome to comment on my YouTube videos too, because I'm trying to get a community going.
Yeah, I
I'm
will
trying to help
definitely.
people.
I'm gonna watch that one that I was watching with the horse in it, Henry with the horse in it. But I saw that you had did a lot of stuff, so I will definitely feedback because I think feedback's important. I'm trying to fix my Instagram page. I just want it to have like reels on there,
Yeah,
and
real.
yeah, make it look more like a podcast page, but at the same time do more motivational speaking instead of stories as well. Because I feel like people who know me and like my listeners on my live stream, they know I'm a motivational speaker. But is my Instagram showing that? No, it's just showing like podcast content. So I'm trying to merge, but I don't want to lose. Might be, like when we be true to ourselves in the sense, like I don't want to copy someone
Mm,
else's formula. I want to apply the knowledge of their formula, but remain as I am, me, if that makes sense. Like, I think it's nice when you create a layout that is really true to who you are as an individual. You know what I mean? Because then it's so easy. Like your one, Leon, what you did, you can see it's just like that's just you. Do you know what I mean? Everything is just like a piece of the puzzle. It's just all going together nicely. So I want something more visually appealing because I'm a bit
mhm.
of a control freak with colors. But at times I felt like I was changing to try and do something that would be pleasing to everyone when you be posting mixed media and then it just looks all messy. So I've
Mm,
decided I'm just going to use my voice and then have like just like, the picture of my podcast, then type some literature, just some words, and then just like make different captions, you know what I mean? And then
That is
maybe
powerful, actually.
yeah, even just having like, like we're motivational speech, like how to build confidence, having that, just that, like the typography over an image, or it doesn't have to be me, and then just talking over the audio and just making it a long piece, and then having the motivational speech and that. So I'm just looking at other creative ideas that I haven't seen no one do on Insta, but they're using it in a sense. But I feel like that is the next thing for me, because I get like 1,000 people looking at my reel within an hour. So I need to make them know that, yeah, the reels are really powerful, The reels are really powerful.
I've noticed that, and I'm a small channel. Like, I put up a reel, I think it was this week, I had 700 views, but I've hit 1,000. But it's that consistency you want. You want that every time you put that reel out, and I've been researching hashtags. And look, Sophia and Leon, if you have a website that you can recommend for hashtags, yeah, drop it in the discussion.
I
Yeah, I was just going
use.
to say Sapphire could send
Oh,
some
sorry.
of post a few links of your work here so we can follow you, and you can share the link to the website and the Instagram page to your friend who wants to is interested in DJing, because there's posts going up, educational posts going up every single day, probably 4 times a day.
Okay, I will do.
Yeah, so
Yeah, my one is on
yes.
my bio. My links are on my bio. My Instagram name is the same, Sapphire London UK, really. I don't have my Instagram link on, if you get what I mean. But I will get people to follow me via my anchor, if you get what I'm saying, on my podcast. Then my Instagram, because first they have to hear the podcast, they inspired. I'm gonna on social media find her Facebook and her.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys heard that. I think my signal's dropping.
could you repeat what you just said?
Oh, I said that I mostly share my podcast link, but when it comes
Yeah.
to on social media, because when people go to say the Sophia London UK page on Instagram, I use my name because it's a brand. I've got two, and then I've got my Stalker Borker clothing line. So I've got that connected to my dropshipper, so then I don't have to ship anything. Teesprings does that, so then I try to just do both. Like what any kind of content creator is going to need. You're going to need your own merch. You're going to need your own audio. You're going to need your own website. I've got all of that. I've got several websites, and then I've taken ownership of all of the social medias with my name.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically I just focus on my podcast every day. So I live stream for about 16 hours a day.
Share.
Sometimes depends. But I've got a good following on Tagged. That's another live streaming app. It's really good for DJs to use as well. If you're looking for international following, and if you want to boost your numbers, I would recommend live streaming on that app, Tag TAGGED. It's got like a blue T, and it's really good. It's some social media, but a lot of people on there. You could easily have about 1.5K looking at you in one day on
Now,
there.
would there be a chance for a small channel to get to the way you are? Because I try to live stream my podcast on Twitch. I only get one person show up.
Oh,
And
Twitch.
I'm thinking,
Twitch, I would not recommend using Twitch. I would say use Twitch, right? Just great
yeah,
content, put it there. Don't just forget about it and just forget about it. But just make videos and then share it to Twitch if you can do it that way. Twitch, I feel it. If you're live streaming and you haven't got followers, the best way to start live streaming and get followers is TikTok. That is the best platform for getting followers. If you're comfortable to be on the camera, start making little clips. You have to be given information, because no one follows anyone on TikTok unless you're given information in that same niche market that the audience who is watching you wants to master. You have to be teaching something. If you've got a lot of computer skills, whatever you have that's around content creation that you've mastered, or you've just got bite sizes, share. People will watch, they don't know. Remember, there's lots of things we know along the way. Even in the first year of being a content creator, there's a bookload of stuff we learn, and even different apps that are more better for other people to use. So just start making contents that.
There is, I put in the discussion a link to Web Talk, is a new social media where you can get paid to socialise, and you two being entrepreneurs would be very good for you to get on there.
Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah, yes, I just checked that out, Stephen.
It's
I'm gonna
free
get that
too,
on
and
it
you
for
get
sure.
paid.
And yes, TikTok, bro, is amazing. Like, it's crazy the amount of hits that I would get on TikTok, but then
So,
TikTok is now it's banned in India right now, so we can't use
is
it here.
it? Why?
TikTok and PUBG have been banned.
What for? Government regulation?
Yeah, government regulations. Even there's a lot shit happening now with WhatsApp and the new government regulations. We cannot multiple forward anything that we have. Like say you forward a picture or your tracker. I get your track, right? Send it me on WhatsApp and I send it to Sapphire. Sapphire sends it to her friend. They're probably going to stop the chain of forwarding. They're looking for the source because a lot of anti-government memes going up, storage. So now what WhatsApp is doing, they're tracking the source of the first sender. So uh, you would probably be tracked because you sent out your track to me and I sent the track to Sapphire and stuff like that. So now it will be really careful of what we post and all that jazz. Yeah.
No, that's interesting. I tried TikTok, but it wasn't for me.
No, it's definitely for you. Listen,
Oh,
I'm on TikTok and it does work. What you have to do, see, like with podcasting, if you want, literally, I can get 300 plays in one day on my podcast if I want to. You can, I've seen it happen, right? So what you have to do is you have to be using the power of social media. You can't just post and share to Instagram and then think you can share it onto WhatsApp and a little bit on Facebook. You have to really, really be digging. Like those people when we have to be paid by commission, those commission pays, the sell jobs. You have to really be hungry. You have to be really be hungry in the sense that every social media that you use, and if you engage with someone else, so like if you're a podcaster, you should be on lots of podcasting groups on Facebook, right, with the same company that you made your podcast on. So then you have to be religious throughout the day, posting your links there, creating content and giving tips to people of the gems that no one wants to give. Everyone loves free knowledge when it comes to their passion or their niche market. Everyone who's going to say, oh, thank you, I needed to know how to do that. You become the information. They endorse you. They go and listen to your podcast. They go and watch you on social media because they're then intrigued to say, you know what, they taught me that. What else can this person teach me? So that's the thing. People don't do that. People post links on a platform, say like Facebook. If you don't have a strong following, I always recommend making a business page on Facebook. I did that and then I got too many people following me and then I got scared and I closed the page because someone tried to threaten me in America and I was like, nah, this is getting a bit dodgy. Then I opened it back. Yeah,
What?
people do, because remember, if you're a motivational speaker and I'm a social activist as well, sometimes things in the world are going to be happening and we're going to go too far with our comments. People are going to get offended. You know what I mean? So I don't like oppression and abuse and stuff. So if I start saying something, the people do come after you. People will come after you if you, as a content creator, about anything. They will nitpick something and they'll be like, no, you don't have the right to have that view or whatever. So I had a lot of trolling in the first.
You want to know
Yeah.
an instance of troll I had on YouTube, right? I was watching a live video of Metallica playing in Sydney in 2004, and I write, this is great, awesome music, and I missed this live concert. This troll then writes me, oh, you voted for Joe Biden, shame on you. I was like, get
Wow.
lost. I just ignore that shit.
I ignore it. Do you know what? It's good. No, listen. See, when you're a live streamer or you're a content creator, anything, any type of brand you are, you need trolls to grow. Listen, I'm angry right now, so I need to start saying some shit so then I get some trolls. No, seriously. I'm not lying. That's what helped my brand. When it's not like stirring shit up. What I mean is you have to be ready to engage with areas that are controversial that people won't be bold enough to say, because that's how you do get exposure as well. Whether you believe it's fair for you to be able to say that comment, freedom of speech is going, so we might as well cling on to the last little bits of thread that we got and use our voice. Yeah, so I use my voice and I engage in controversial topics at times, and it kind of stirs people up into having confidence to say, you know what, she just said it, I'm going to say what I think. I'm not happy about what's going on. It makes people start having a conversation. It builds a community. It creates trust, So what I'm saying is use all of your experiences when you're posting on, like, if I was be honest with Stephen, right? If I go over to your YouTube channel, I want it to inform me in the first 30 seconds, I want it to inform me who you are, what you're about. If I don't feel I know who you are and what you're about in the first 30 seconds, am I going to subscribe to you? Am I going to listen to any of the content? No, I'm not. I'm just going to go to watch music, You know what I'm saying? So make sure whatever you are, your presence has to be like symmetry on all platforms when it comes to as a content creator. So whoever you are on whatever app you're using, you have to be that same. You have to convey that to the audience on each platform. It's draining, it's tiring, yes, but that's what it should be, a formula, and that is the formula. That's how you get some more subscriptions. And then I would say, like whatever niche market you're going in, if you're not following people in your own niche market, they won't, especially the new ones, like the new YouTubers who are just starting out. The ones like you who have different numbers that are not the high numbers, they're just the starters, they more likely will go to your content and compare it to their own and learn. It'll be like them learning and bouncing off. They're more likely to be reviewing you. So that's another thing. If you're not following people in your niche market, you won't be getting reviews. You won't.
Look at us on this app. This Greenroom has been such a blessing because I've met so many people and networked, and people have had the chance to watch me on YouTube. So this is my platform. I love it on the Greenroom.
Yeah, it's been really cool. I would agree with you. I thought that I would use this as like a podcasting app. I am gonna, but I'm using it first as a content creation app at the moment. Just helping myself grow lots of different areas, But what I'm looking to do going forward is maybe have some room for people who are following my podcast and bringing it to them once they start following me here and finding that, Greenroom app is actually in existence. I don't think enough people know that about it.
No, and that's good. If you get on an app in beta mode, Sophia and Leon, you got more chance of going viral than once it gets overpopulated.
But this is another thing I think as well, Stephen. I think that you should definitely do, where you use YouTube, I think you should create a video about what type of app this is and information about it. Like you said, it is unknown, but your one will be high up in the search engine straight away because many people are not sharing that this app is in existence. And then if people don't start sharing about this app, the likelihood of Spotify keeping it might then have to be a paid feature that we all have to pay to actually be on. So I think it's important for us to definitely share and because I've made 2 podcasts about Greenroom, but I wasn't happy. So I'm going to go away and say, you know what, if I've been able to create podcasts using Spotify's Anchor app for free, then I should be promoting where I've been able to obviously benefit and it's helped my brand. If you help the brand that you're supporting and they help you, it's like vice versa, So I think there's a lot of people who are using this app, just using it for their own benefit, but they're not really using or promoting it on their social media. So then that's what's drying up. Because when you go into one room, it's good in a sense, you meet new people. But if you're seeing the same faces all the time, you guys are just going to have the same conversations and it won't really.
Yeah, look, yes and no. I mean, how do you share this app on your social media with your
Okay,
profile?
so
Or they
I
still
screenshot. So, like right now, if I was to screenshot all of your, and then I would just crop it, and then I would put it on my timeline to say, yeah, or story. And then you could even just make an actual ring on Instagram, for instance, or even Facebook. Every social medium you're using, you should be sharing wherever you're spending your time doing anything around content creation. Even if you're not sharing the whole podcast, you could just share the picture and just maybe write a little brief insert to say, yes, today this is what I was talking about. We was doing networking. Today networked with such and such. Whoever's in your room, you could then put their hashtag or their hyperlink under that actual picture, and then they are getting people following them from that, and it's building up more. You know what I mean? You're leaving a trail of, like, I don't know, you're leaving a trail of seeds behind you, and you're planting seeds in lots of different places, because sometimes you don't know when this app is going to grow. Like you said, if we're all underestimating the app right now and we're not using it to the fullest, as much as networking is great, I can say, yes, it's great. But if we are not making sure we are showing up on social media. Imagine someone would go over to your page and be like, what's this? What's this ring? What room's this? They're more likely to like it and then maybe engage in the comment section underneath your post, say, what type of app is this? Where can I find it? Then they're more likely to come back and actually follow you on the app because they know you brought.
Yeah, I think Greenroom's going to probably may add a feature where you can share your room on social
You
media.
can,
It's
you
still,
can. I've got Apple phone. I can share I can share
Yeah, you
yours.
can
Yeah,
share.
you can
Yeah,
share
I
it.
shared that room with you yesterday.
You can.
uh,
I could share this. I could share this to all of my contact list right now if I wanted to, and I could share it to my contact list on Telegram. You could. You could share it anywhere. You can
yeah,
share it
but
with
like
everyone who's following you as well if you've got an Apple phone.
on your story on Instagram and Facebook story, I mean.
No, what I'm saying is
Yeah.
yeah, once you share it to your friends, your network, yeah, you most likely your network is your friends, and then whoever's in green room you can share it to. What I would say, if I was you and you wanted to do a room talking about, say, like if you wanted to do this topic again, let's network and introduce ourselves, you just capture us, take a picture of all of the people in the room at any time when it's at how many people you've got. If you've got 6 or if you've got just 3, do it. So you snapshot the whole thing. You then could put the links, your links, where they could find you. If anyone wants to network, brief information, and then you could actually create a poster. Posters are really effective on your social medias as well. So you're giving everyone a notification in advance, say, I'm going to be on Greenroom today, at this time, and then you know which time to say in different places. Whoever's following you around the world who's in the highest bracket, you would then have to make sure you would be creating a time on the poster that would say for America or whoever what time you'll be online, UK time or Sydney time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
then I would say if I was going to do an event on Green Room, I would build up momentum for about 3 weeks. So then the people, I'm not trying to get people on Green Room to be in the room, to be honest. I'm trying to bring new people to Green Room to be in the room, to engage on the topics. There'll be newbies. So then if I was going to do an introduction room to say, come over to Green Room, I'm bringing people, content creators, and saying, yes, this is how you can use the app. I'm going to teach you about the features. I'm going to teach you how to make it work for your brand. So then they know they're going to get something out of it. And guess what? It's free. Like, who's not going to come if they're,
Yeah, I mean, I've invited some of my friends who are to Green Room, and we've tried a couple of podcasts. So that's a good way. Referral, word of mouth.
And even
People
another
you
thing as
know.
well, Stephen, I've realized I'm going to start doing a podcast, right? If I'm a podcaster, I don't need anyone to be in the room. I'm just going to start talking, and it's just going to be in keeping with my current podcast. And then people are going to be in the audience. They're going to come in and they're going to go out. And then you've got the whole recording. and then you can put up on Spotify. And then the beautiful thing about that, if someone wants to join you during the conversation at any time, you've got other people on the podcast. So that's another way to look at it as well. You can start podcasting without an audience. When people come in, they can then take part in the conversation, but you don't stop the conversation. You keep going, and
That's
then
hard.
they have to put their hand up in the comment section to say, you know what, Stephen, I've got something to say about what you're talking about today, and just start making topics. And then I think you'll get more people even going to your social medias, because I've had a lot of following from this. I've had about 10 people, and that is a lot for social media, for new people, without me even posting on social media, just by being in the green room for I don't know how many weeks. Is it 3 weeks now this app's been on? Yeah, so I've had 10 new followers, and they've turned into buddies, like what you were saying. People are really cool here. Similar interest. So I would seriously recommend you, like what you're doing right now. Sorry for over talking.
No, keep
Starting
going.
off podcasting on here, I don't know, do your research about the area you want to do, if it's something unknown to you, so you've got all the facts, and then build your audience, then you can bring them in. But you won't need to bring them in. If you've done your research, you don't need to bring anyone into the topic, into comment about it, because you're being like a journalist. You're just being like a news reporter in your podcast. You're giving the information. It's a story. It's a podcast, and you've got the formula ready. Then you allow people who are listening to engage, and then obviously take the conversation to another area of the same topic and explore it in a different way. I think it would be.
Yeah.
Sapphire, do you want to take over my company? Do you want to partner with me? Because
Sorry.
it's Stephen, I was just listening for all this while you're saying it's exactly the same thing that we do, and exactly the same pattern we follow. It's strange. We're two different countries, but just have the same vision or same idea about how you market your stuff on social media. And I think we've been talking about it a lot for the last 3 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was going to tell Sophia, I've already published some episodes to my podcast on Greenroom, and Leon was in an episode. We went for 4 hours, and we had a 2-hour one. And Leon was just talking. Because my podcast is very guest orientated. I struggle just to talk by myself.
So is your one
Do you have
more
any tips?
interviews, Stephen?
Yeah.
Okay, so then now you need to then be like, I don't know, supermarket shopper on social media, going to all of the people who have got maybe smaller podcasts or even content creators, inviting them to be a guest on your podcast and do a collaboration with you, and helping them get more traction. Then you get more different people from their network listening to what you're doing, and it be like, I think you'll be more like Brian. There's a guy called Brian who's a friend of mine on here. I met him through Greenroom, and he does his podcast is basically someone writes in with a question or scenario, like an Agni aunt kind of thing, and then they've got a scenario where they've lost money or some kind of thing. He's a bit like a lawyer in his own right, but it's really entertaining. And then he does a little bit of DJing, but it's not a DJ. Those kind of podcasters, they got all the little tricks, they got all the buttons, he's got all the setup, and then he's got that person telling their story, and then he tells them what he thinks is best for them. But I think if you're more of an interviewer, you need to get some more people like Sophia interviewing Sophia London, and then you could interview Leon, and then he could be talking about how he got into DJing, and then maybe at the end he could be saying, oh, this would be my advice. People who found his advice useful, they're more likely to follow him. So I think you should start doing more of that. And even people on here who you see are down to earth people, they're not snooty tooty and thinking, oh yeah, I made it, so I don't need to actually be using social media in any way. When you see someone on a guest panel or someone speaking and they are looking to still have a new following and keep a buzz around them, you can say, look, I like to do interviews. Would you be interested? But first, just like how me and you kind of got kicking it, I think it's the same formula we apply for every person, no matter what their belief is or whatever. It's the same formula. When you start bonding with someone, they see that you're genuine. people will just flock to you. You know what I mean? So I would say keep that formula going and let people build up confidence in you, because some people I noticed on here when it first started, people was like, oh, we can't be too emotional on this app, or yeah, I'm not going to get too into my personal business. And I'm like, boy, you're a content creator. You have to be personal. You can't be, that's being plastic. Then if you're a content creator and you're leaving your personality out of the picture, then who are you? You know what I mean? Make sure.
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. I mean, me and Leon, we've had some great episodes. I love podcasting with Leon, and I always encourage my guests to invite their followers as well to come in, because I try to have a sensible conversation. And I've been in your room, Sophia, and they're quite interesting. And Leon too.
Yeah, no, seriously. I like when you come in, and I don't know Leo, but he's super cool. I see you guys here engaging on topic. So I've spoken a lot. I'm still going to remain for a while because I'm going to be listening to you guys, but I'm going to check out some of the links that you guys have posted. Leon, sorry, Stephen, I'm going to definitely jump on that app that you recommended. It looks cool. And I don't care. I like being on every app, everything. I've spent so much money on this phone. I better have every app for content creation.
Yeah, no, get on Web Talk, because they're for the first 100 million, they're giving 10% revenue share.
Do you have
Wow.
this app called Canva? Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I use Canva for my YouTube.
There you go. So
Yeah, I use that one.
Yeah, Web Talk is given 10% revenue share for life for the first 100 million people who, sign up, and it'll be a good opportunity for you to, because I love Web Talk.
So could you tell me a little bit more about Web Talk, or if you don't mind, just brief?
Sure. You've got an opportunity to get monetized straight away, so you don't need 10,000 followers like Facebook or Instagram. There's a pro membership. If you don't want to have ads, you can pay, or you can use a free membership too. That's fine. And if you refer people, you're helping them, market their businesses, and it's good for entrepreneurs. It's actually better than LinkedIn.
So how many people would you say is on Web Talk? I'm talking about when it comes to millions or thousands, and how.
It's pretty new. I think it's been around 4 years. They were in beta mode. Now they came out with, they got the mobile app now, and they're going to bring in live streaming, the marketplace, travel commissions as well. You can get paid with PayPal or Coinbase or Stripe, Payoneer. It's got about 8 million people, so they're still new. They've got potential, especially for me. I've got 300 followers in 6 months. And I didn't have to use any hashtags or stuff like that. Just
That is
post
cool.
content, but
Yeah, that's cool.
good content, because if you look at TikTok and all Instagram, because I know Leon's got a massive following on Instagram, he's got a bigger chance than me. I've only got 75 followers on my Instagram page. There's no way I'd get myself out there.
yeah, but you
Well,
got to see, Steven. My
you can get a bigger following live streaming. You need to start live streaming, because on my tag channel, and I've lost 5 accounts there because people reported me, or maybe I was breaching the rules. I think I was breaching the rules in some of my conversations, possibly, or maybe someone was nude. Someone came into my box and was being nude, or just doing something stupid. I've got like 5K and counting. And in the last week, I think I've taken like 100 people that have followed me there. But the only problem with the live streaming on such an app like that, some of the people, like, only around, I don't know if about percentages, I'm dyscalculia. So when people speak about maths to me, I'm like, what's that again? But when I say, like, I would be honest to say about 20% of those people would follow me over, or maybe it might be 10% would follow me over to another platform like Instagram. Most of the people who follow me on Instagram have been on my live streaming app. But the only thing about live stream apps that have got dating and all of the other, the sides, the private sides that people don't want their partner to see. Some people don't want to follow you from certain apps. If it was a dating app at one time, then it went into a multi-medium app and all of that, because they might be a troll and they don't want to be revealed who they are on an app. Does that make sense, what I just said? I know I just kind of got tongue-tied.
Yeah,
Where,
interesting.
yeah, like some people with social, like with social media, some people are watching live streamers. They want to be a troll or they want to just be a bot. They don't want to be identified of who they are. So that's the only catch. But with the tagged, I can earn money. Like when I'm live streaming, yesterday I got like 800 diamonds, which is not that much really and truly, because I kept the same person in my box and he was speaking to me for over an hour. My listeners don't like that. They don't like when you've got someone there speaking and they've come to see you and then they're just not really getting heard. So he's costed me, probably I could have got yesterday 13,000 diamonds, yeah, instead of that. For just even I could have probably took even more than that. But it didn't matter to me because I'm not there just for the diamonds. But I found him being just promoting himself. And then I thought, he's taking a piss now because he knows I'm a live streamer. He's just promoting himself, but he's using my time. And then he's delaying. He's not like he's gifting me. So then I thought to myself, yeah, that's the other catch. You have to be able to regulate when you're a live streamer how many people you allow in that box to talk. You have to make your audience really be there for you and no one else.
Yeah, I mean, do you think there are people that are suited for live streaming?
No, listen, with the live stream, right, this is another thing. A lot of people who are considered the beautiful people, let's be honest, right, they are suited for live streaming because they've been told they're suited, but they have no content. They have no content. They all they're going to be talking about is their Chanel bags or whatever thing. It's a dead live stream, and people follow, like, people who've got confident issues. Of course, young girls, young guys are going to follow those people, and they're going to be in those rooms because that's where everyone is, and they want to make friends. So they're not really there for the live streamer. They're there for the community. They're there maybe hoping somebody will see them when they're commenting and gifting, that they'll get followers. We've all done it, We've all been in someone's live stream thinking, oh, I'm going to get featured. So what I'm saying is, start off being authentic and the authenticity. Because what people like, when I started my one, I started in the dark. I went on a journey of healing. And then I was like wearing a mask and the mask fell off. And then I started sitting on the screen and I spoke about a lot of shit that had happened to me. And it healed me in a way that if it wasn't for my live stream, I wouldn't be here. So it gave me so much that I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I have to sit on the screen. It's rude to be in the dark for people that have helped me so much, So what I will say is, you be confident, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to identify with you and saying, you know what? That guy, he's just a regular guy. But is he just a regular guy? Actually, he's interesting. I wanna be in his live stream. They're gonna see you as the guy with the information. Do you understand? A lot of the times in our life, when we was at school, there was lots of people that were judged based on their appearance or whoever was the top or whatever. We're now adults. We see that all that hype is just boring. It's not true. So people more than ever are looking for people who actually are real. And I think that is what really makes social media interesting. So I would say, get on there. Don't worry about the numbers. The numbers start to grow when people see that you're not playing a game. And it does work. That's the formula. When people see you're not playing a game, you're there being you. And the best advice I would give you is a live streamer that does it like with ease now. Don't think about how your audience view you at any time. It's not your responsibility to care. Don't make it, you get personal and you tell them how you're doing and all of that, but you keep a line, and it has to be a professional line that, you know what, you are a live streamer. You have to tell yourself that. You have to remind yourself you're not just doing a video call with a friend. You are a live streamer. This is an audience. You visualize yourself in a studio. You look at the bigger picture. You recognize someone could be recording you. Sometimes I'm filmed when I'm there and I say, you're not, Sophia, are you messing up your brand? Because sometimes you'll say things that's not nice. But sometimes that's for the best. Sometimes you've got to let it come out, because if it comes out later on, then you're just going to be pushed back to the bottom of the queue. Whereas if people know, yes, that's like, look at Donald Trump. Not everyone likes what Donald Trump has to say, but did it stop him being successful? No, it didn't. So what I'm saying is, just stay as you are and let people who like what you say and what you stand for embrace you. Because I think we're living in a time where people believe that everyone has to think in the same way. No, we don't. We don't have to think in the same way. And that's it's like, once upon a time, people liked that there were different cultures and it was interesting. Now, everyone has to be the same. And I'm like, what's going on? Everyone needs to stay.
Yeah.
Look at, even though we hated in school, where there was lots of cliques, right, with different groups. Imagine now if we went back to school and everyone was made into a mold. So that means you would have to be with this person, but you don't really, really stand for what they want you to be about. But everyone has to now, because this is good society. This is actually good. This is good for humanity. But is it really? It's not.
No, and that's it, you know. I mean,
Variety is
it's...
best at all times. That's what I'm saying.
But see, there's a lot of, like, there's a huge YouTuber named KSI, but his content's not very interesting, yet he's got, like, 22 million subscribers, and I don't get that.
That's the thing. He's probably done something. What is his contents around? He's probably done something that has definitely catered to an audience who are similar like him, right? Or maybe he's done something different, or maybe he's just an original version of himself, and people like that. Maybe he embodies confidence, or maybe he's embodying vulnerability or something. People like people for different reasons. Like, come on now. You think some of these girls, how catty females can be, are following some of these beautiful girls on Instagram? No. People follow people because they see a quality in them they don't yet have mastered, or information they haven't yet mastered, or the network, or just being in the right place at the right time to be featured. So remember, sometimes people don't subscribe because they like the person. It could just be being in the right place at the right.
Yeah, timing is key, I guess, Sophia, you know, and it can be luck of the draw too. But at the end of the day, it's all about good content and not posting crap, is what I think. You know, I try to keep my YouTube educational and get people to comment and, you know, build a community. It's all about community for me. And look at us, we're live streaming now with an audio app, which is so cool.
Yeah. No, Leon, sorry, I've spoken so long.
No, that's perfectly all right. I mean, we've had conversations that go over 4 hours, so it's all very good. You're filling in that
Oh,
spot for me
okay.
today. It's all right.
Yeah, so what I've planned to do
Go ahead.
today, I like to have a schedule. So I've organized myself to say, you know what, I've got all of these apps, but if I'm not getting traction, how can I use it? So I've decided I'm going to do live streaming on Sunday, true stories, and getting people to come and share their stories or whatever's happened to them, have a conversation with them. And it has to be something that's not too serious, because I feel like, one, I'm not a therapist. Two, I don't want to put anyone into crisis. And then I want it to allow them to feel confident and see the benefit of freeing themselves from that story. It could be that when they were at work, they were getting bullied. It could be something like, I don't know, bereavement of an animal. I don't know. It doesn't have to be definitely trauma. It might just be like, like someone said they went out with someone and then that person they felt wasn't respecting them, or it could be just an issue that has plagued them for a while and it's been itching in the back of their head and they feel like, yeah, I want to get over this hurdle. So yeah, that's what I want to do every Sunday at 10 a.m. on my Instagram. And I feel like that's going to encourage my friends every week to share my live. So all of their network becomes my network over a period of time. When people start seeing that, people start following you more, they start pressing buttons and doing what they should have started doing. And at the start, they start sharing your content. And that's the power of social media. When people know, a lot of people have seen even a video of someone dancing. Do you notice when someone sees that lots of people have clicked on that heart and liked it, even if they don't like it, they just feel compelled to say, yeah, I want to like it too. I want to like it too. There's something about that follow syndrome. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to social media, people click that heart sometimes, say, yeah, I was here, I saw that too. And it's ridiculous, but that's true. That's what's happening at the moment, you know. So I'm saying to myself, because I'm involved with a lot of people who do music, I like to motivate. Most of the people I motivate are musicians. So I want to obviously do interviews on my podcast, taking it more into a show format in time, and then having true stories and then success stories, because everyone's got a story and a past of overcoming something. So I feel like that's endless. It can grow deep roots and it can go anywhere. It can go online, it can stay on YouTube, it can stay on Greenroom, it can stay on all different platforms. But I don't want to just be stagnant to one platform, because I've seen a lot of people who have been big complain about, oh, I lost my social media. Just they focused on one count and they wasn't topping up all of the other accounts. Like if someone was to hack your YouTube channel and you just have that one YouTube channel, sometimes it's always good to have a backup channel, and it's containing like information maybe of another topic that you're passionate about. So then you've got two that your followers can be following you on, you know?
Yeah, so backup is key by the sounds of it. And, you know, trying to get followers on as many different platforms as you can. And
But are you
yeah,
sharing your content on, I see when you're using your Facebook, for example, you know, where your information is more content based, around education and knowledge, right? When you
well,
went onto Facebook pages like groups, are you part of those groups? So then you can obviously post.
yeah, did that in the beginning, but I wasn't getting enough clicks. You know, I was posting like once a week, so it wasn't
That's the
bombarded.
thing. You have to start making short videos, even if you just use TikTok to make some videos and then edit their editing tools. And then you share it onto those networks that you was using of those groups, and you're giving them information. Then you could say at the end, if you want to have more information and you've enjoyed listening to what I've said today, click the link below this video and it will take you over to my YouTube channel. Subscribe for more. You know what I mean? So it's marketing, marketing, marketing. All of what I'm telling you, let me tell you right now, I don't have always time to do, because I've been managing myself for the longest, and I manage all of my social media. So, and I don't pay any people, and I don't pay for followers and any of that nonsense. So what I'm saying to you is, if you have the time to say, all right, today for an hour, I'm going to work on my social medias to make sure I do this. So if you then check the analytics and then you see there's been more traction, you keep doing the same formula. But a lot of times we don't pay attention to the data, and that's where we lose. The data is your information and is telling you what your audience wants you to do and stay doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 that's it. You know, data's important. Like I've noticed, I keep track of my data on, you know, the podcast analytics, YouTube, Spotify as well. It's amazing to see it slowly growing. You know, it's like a snail, isn't it? It's funny how success doesn't come overnight, but we get there in the end when we put the work in.
That's the thing. All of the TikToks who maybe get instant fame, do you know what? I think they're more likely to have a nervous breakdown. Sorry to say this. The reason why, they wouldn't have grown, they wouldn't have made their foundation, and then they would be pushed into the limelight and even I've seen even some girl. I was looking on. I don't know if you watch. I don't know if it was BBC iPlayer, but there was a girl who basically lied that she had cancer, right?
Oh
And then
dear.
she was endorsed. I didn't even know, you know who I'm talking about, right?
No, who is
She was
it?
in America, I think. She ended up making this app, and she got endorsed by all of these big companies, and she didn't have cancer. She was pretending she had cancer and she had a brain tumor and all of this. And then there was people who were following her with the same thing, like they really have cancer. And then it never was proven that she didn't have cancer, but I think she kind of admitted that at the end that she didn't. So maybe she was having a personality disorder, and she just took on all of these radical ideas in her head that she needed attention and that she would get an audience, and then she came up with a formula, which is so ridiculously sad and insane at the same time, because definitely people's family members would have died who would have followed her recommendation of eating plans and what she was doing. And what was ridiculous about that story, the lady, she looked perfectly well. So I don't understand how those big companies didn't even check she was who she claimed she was. Do you know what I mean? And it went really far. Like, I don't know, the millions of people following her. That's what I'm saying, like millions of people. Yeah. And it's on either Netflix. It might be on Netflix. But she ended up getting taken to court and fined. But this is another thing. This is another thing that I felt triggering yesterday, or was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. No, it was 2 days ago. I was on Greenroom, and then this guy came along. I think he clicked on my profile, right? And he could obviously see what my contents was about. Then he started making comments, which I'm so used to. People do come for me a lot. People come for me about a lot of things. And sometimes I say to myself, did they have the experiences I've had? What's pissing them off, you know? But that might be the reason, or it might not. Sometimes people feel like people are attention seekers if they talk about things that have happened to them, which is fine. But then everyone's an attention seeker, because even the people who are sharing information about, oh, I know how to do this, let me teach you. Everyone in the whole world is an attention seeker. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think it's ridiculous if people are actually making contents about something that can help someone overcome something so challenging. And then the guy was basically, oh my gosh, I was in this girl's room, you wasn't there, so I'm not going to try and hint who it was, because I don't even care about the person. But it basically told me that he viewed me as a threat, because where I was confident, and this is another thing, people keep being like, oh, Sophia, how are you able to talk about that? I know some people that have been through. No one is the same. None of us are the same. We're all different, you know. When you're a child and you're in your house and you are a child, you're a different child. Even if you're growing up in that same environment, you are a different person, you know. So this is what does my head in on social media. Sorry for the rant, but it does my head when we have different content creators coming together who are different artists, have different abilities, and everyone is only wanting to endorse you based on your follow count or based on which celebrity endorsed you.
Yeah, I find that
Who was
discrimination, to
You
be
know, but
honest.
who was the celebrity before they was a celebrity? A regular folk. Like they
Yeah.
were regular folk, you know? So just like what's happening with you, I would say see yourself as the celebrity right here and now. Control your brand in the same way if you had management around you, because you don't know when your moment will be. You don't know when someone will be like, I like what you're doing. I'm ready to endorse and support what you're doing. You don't know when that time will.
Yeah, I am a celebrity. I feel great doing what I do.
Shield, you are, of course, Stephen, you are a celebrity. Bro, but you know what? This happened to me a week ago. And I entered one of the rooms, and these are really famous rooms on Greenroom. And this DJ goes, so he was talking to me, and there was me, and I think there were other bunch of Indians as well on that. So this guy, he kept making fun of the accent, kept everything I said, like if you asked me a question and I answered it, and his next question would be like, mocking the Indian accent, how they do it. Like, do you want a pancake? You smoke like that. They literally saying stuff like that, you know. So I let it go. I let it go. It just went on and on and on and on. And then we started to talk business, and then his tone changed after that for some reason. And then he hit me up on Instagram. He started giving me shout outs and shit. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. What just happened? Like 2 minutes ago, you were making fun of me, and now you're impressed that my boys have got like 500,000 views on the YouTube track, and now all of a sudden your tone changes. Like, what is that all about? Like, so I stopped. I don't go there anymore. I stop.
Yeah, they're just fake. And it's good. That's another thing. They expose themselves. So sometimes, you know what I might do on the green room as well? Take off my bio. So then people but some people will be extra and still Google your name if they've got their laptop in front of them, more likely, right? To see if you've got a good following, because that's what everyone does. And that's why the bio's there. Let's just think about it. The developers didn't just think, oh, that feature wasn't just there to make us just be thinking, okay, we can highlight ourselves. It was put there so then people do have this level of classism mentality of, oh, who is the strongest, who is the most successful. Yeah, so it made us all have that mindset to endorse people or reject people based on their follow count or how their layout was, because we do love when something's laid out really professionally, whether that person has been endorsed or recognized from what they're doing. That's secondary. But I know there are some small fish on here who feel like they're big fish because, oh, you've got a following. But how many people engage on your post? So the numbers don't matter, especially if we have the numbers, but we don't have we're not having those experiences. They're not equaling it. They're not making anything. It's just like stale bread, you know. They're not helping us grow financially, emotionally, or spiritually. So the numbers don't matter. It's sometimes I've seen even social media accounts with small followings, yeah, and I sometimes think, how come this person hasn't got more followers? Their content is really good. It's because what's been their weaknesses, they haven't spread their wings, and their listeners or their viewers, you know, they're not sharing the contents out with their network. They're making the numbers stick, because my numbers stuck for a long time, and I was like, my numbers have been sticking on Instagram for a while. That doesn't make sense. I'm posting. Oh, the people who are following me are not sharing. That's why. And I'm not sharing enough of my new projects I'm doing. I need to be making sure either I'm bringing people from outside here, plus I have to engage on the app I'm using. Because sometimes we can just post once for maybe the month. I don't know if everyone's got that lazy of posting once on Instagram, but I know there was a time where I was like, oh, that's enough. I sometimes didn't even have pictures, you know. For about a year, I didn't have nothing on my Instagram, but people were following me based on where they saw me on my live stream and then my podcasts on Spotify, obviously, right? So I would say as well, it depends on what type of message we're sending out with the content. Are we asking the people to do anything? Are we asking them to subscribe? Are we giving them information, or are we just posting a photo and then it's just like, all right, just click like of this photo? That's that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What you're saying, Sophia. It's interesting. Yeah, it's always good having you on the show too.
Sorry, I do chat a lot, and I think I do chat so much.
Oh, it's just awesome to listen to because it's like
I like to
it's
talk.
facts. It's real.
I think that's
You
what
know,
they
it's
should do. When I die, just bury me with a microphone in my hand. I'll be okay with the microphone. I'll be able to communicate.
Lol.
Stephen, what did you think
Yeah,
about Mazen and Claire's room this morning?
it was
I
pretty
love,
good.
I love that room. I love the energy in the room. The people are so nice. They're always welcoming. Always, always welcoming, no matter which part of the country you're from. You know, it's there's so much love in that room. Respect.
What room is that? What room is that? You guys need to tell me about.
What are you
Okay.
on?
The next time the room is on, I'm gonna send you a link
Okay.
to. I'll DM you the link.
Yeah,
So,
I'm at
like, I
home.
wanted
I'm at
Stephen to
home.
come,
I just work
get
my
onto this room for
computer.
I think for the last 2 days.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was on this morning. I had one of my tracks played. Got Apocalypse, which was cool. It's nice to have it in the
So
stats.
yeah, so what these guys do is they feature artists whose tracks are on Spotify. So they want to get in tune with the Spotify algorithm, make them know that they're supporting all the artists and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. The energy is really nice then, and the music is fantastic. Everyone's just bringing such gems to the stage. Like I
What are the...
featured my boys' tracks, even though it wasn't the language.
No, good on you. Good on you for overcoming your fear and
Oh,
getting music out there.
I posted your track also, yeah, because you kept posting it in the chat yesterday, and Claire kept telling you that this is the link to the Spotify track, the playlist where you need to add your track in. So I added your track for you. So I think it came in there twice.
Yeah, thank you for that. No, it's always good having
I
you on the show. I wanted to ask about these gems. Do they mean anything? Or what are they?
don't know.
They do mean something because remember I said I'm a live streamer. So
Yeah.
I would say to you, Stephen and Leon, a lot of people on here are content creators, and yes, people are saying, "Oh, don't worry about the gems, and don't worry about gems don't matter nothing." Anything an app gives you has a reason. There's a reason for them. It's supposed to be an applaud right now, but you don't know in the future what they may signify. It may be that it places you higher up on the algorithm. It might be just
Good.
that, or it might be a way for people. It might be like, like a blue tick beside someone's social media account to say, oh, yeah, they've been endorsed, or people appreciate this person. Whereas when people are just in those rooms that they're just farming gems, right? They're not really earning their stripes. So it's misleading. And then if you go over to someone who's got like, I don't know, 13,000 gems, but they've got a small social media following, it's just going to look like they're just fake, like they paid for these gems. Do you know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
if they haven't got many followers following them on the green room, the gems are going to look fake too. They're going to look fake. They're going to look like, oh yeah, your friends gave you some. Or if this app comes and
Bling
allows us to
bling.
buy the gems, like people will be buying their own gems and having a fake account more likely. Like they so got time to be needy as shit like that. So I would say if it's important for your business, focus on the content, but definitely be mindful the gem can place you at a higher bit on the podium. Should this app really develop long term, Spotify may turn those gems into money in the sense of maybe it might be something you can use online. I don't know. Or
So what?
maybe it might just make you look like, yeah, you're a good speaker. That's what it might make you look like, that people.
You know what I heard a rumor on Greenroom regarding the gems. Someone said if you reach 1 million gems, and probably Spotify gives you a Bitcoin in exchange or something like that. But
No, that's a lie.
it
I can tell you that's a lie. Bitcoin is
yeah, this
worth
is what I
a
heard
lot.
on Greenroom.
Worth a lot. Don't believe that. Let me tell you, if you really want to know what the gems are about, write to Spotify and ask
Yeah,
them
no. So
yourself.
this is what
That's
okay.
the that's what everyone needs to
So this
do.
is what the whole rumor was, right? So this is what the person said. She said if you reach 1 million gems in a sitting, but you happen to get something
Imagine
exchange
all
in
those
form of Bitcoin,
people who are
but
on the green
the
room
app
and
does
not
not let you
talking
cross a
and
certain
just
amount.
pressing the button. You know the button. Go.
Mm. Yeah, go on, Leon.
Sorry.
Yeah, Leon was saying something.
Yeah, so this was the stupid rumor that I heard anyway. So, but apparently the app will not let you get to 1 million. It'll probably let you it'll crash 100 times before that. So it's quite impossible. So this is what's going on Greenroom about Gem.
Yeah, it's a bit
Okay. No, what I
Jim.
was gonna say is it's important for you to try and build a panel of speakers that
Yeah,
you can agree, because when so like if Stephen had invited several people, what I'm doing now, I'm staying out of people's room that I feel like they're not really there for everyone. They're there for only themselves. I won't waste my time supporting their room because it's a waste of time and energy. and it won't do anything good for my brand going forward. It will end up to be a negative conversation. So yeah, I think it's definitely to be in the rooms that count, in the sense of that build. Hi Kenny, you're welcome to come up and join us in our convo.
Yeah, I'll invite.
Yeah. DJ.
How you going, Kenny?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
What's the room about?
We're just talking about gems, and we're just networking and chatting, and yeah, just having a conversation.
Okay, where are you all from?
I'm from Sydney, Australia.
I can't hear Sapphire pretty good.
Oh, sorry. My network, I don't know why it's going like this. Can you hear me now? My signal is weak somehow.
Yeah, better now. Maybe it depends from where you at.
Yeah. No, I'm from London. I'm a podcast live streamer and motivational speaker. But I know Stefan and Leon. I know Leon from today, but I feel like I know Leon for a long time. So we're here. We're talking about networking. We're sharing information. Yeah, this is the power room. To be honest, yeah, it's the best room. So you need to engage with these guys. And I think you and Leon are definitely should follow each other, because you're both DJs, and definitely, yeah, check out.
Yeah, I just
media.
Oh, cool.
I was just checking out your Instagram as well, Mal.
Oh, thank you. I'm following back.
Yeah, awesome. Build a community.
But by the way, don't mind my English. I'm from South Italy, so.
Nah, it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, we like different sounds in this room. We're podcasters, so we like.
We got London, we got Australia, we got India. I'm from India, bro.
Oh, cool.
Your
It's all
Instagram
about
looks
community.
really good as well.
Mine?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nothing special there.
No, it does look really good. I like that. The layout looks really good. So maybe that's another thing that you should consider, Leon. You should look at his one. I don't know. I feel like you lot got a lot in common. You see what's happening?
Yeah, I already did. I already checked out his digital stock, his Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
The aesthetics are really nice. The colors are pleasing. It's well laid out, bro. I mean,
thank you. I
it'll make
tried
people
my
want to
best,
go.
but I don't. As you can see, last time I posted was in December, so I'm only posting stories. Because I'm a little bit old school. I'm not like really social. I try my best, but sometimes I don't have the mood to post, and it happens that now 6 months I didn't post anything.
Yeah, I'm only posting probably 1 to 2 times a week. That's it. Maybe just do 1 stories a week.
Yeah, but go on.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I think I will post again this month, because some things are going on now, so I'm in the mood again. I only posted stories, I started again DJing on Saturday, so I posted about Saturday gig I had with my crew on a beach club from sunset till night, and we'll be doing this again next Saturday, so maybe the mood gets back in. We got nice pictures, so I will be posting again. Try my.
Wow, nice. We start this Saturday. This is gonna be my first gig since the lockdown, though. I'm really looking forward to it, and classes as well begin. So I'm gonna be like super tied up with the studio and classes and just doing everything related to music.
But anyway, I've put my Instagram in the chat, Sophia and Kenny, if you'd like to follow me there, and we can, get a community going. But yeah, that's awesome that gigs are starting back up again.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, tell me about DJing, Kenny. I know you're in Italy, are you?
Yeah, precisely South Italy. It changed a little bit things from north to south.
When was your last paid gig as a DJ before the pandemic hit?
February. No, wait. No, I got one last summer again. Then it closed again. So it was one before closing was on Saturday. On February it was the last. Then unexpected pandemic came. Then they opened again beach clubs and venues in Italy in summer last year. So we started to get some gigs from on my own or with my crew. I have a collective. We got actually 2-3 dates coming as soon as summer started. Then I only managed to get one because then everything closed again and everything was we didn't have any gigs anymore, and then we closed again till now.
Can you have you heard of Matam from Italy?
Who?
Matam.
Matam.
These two brothers. Mathame.
Matham. I don't know, not really. I should check because I'm not.
You should probably check them out because we brought them down to India. They're super cool artists. Doing amazing stuff. I think they signed with. They make melodic techno, so check them out.
Oh, okay.
And we did an India tour with them, and it was fantastic. They're from Italy. Yeah.
I'm going to check them.
Two young brothers. Yeah, I'll show you some of their stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Kenny, have you been doing anything online financially? How have you been affected?
Online, not really. It doesn't help a lot, especially from where I am. So the best we try is doing physically here stuff. So we tried only gigs, and online we only did. Speaking of DJing, some live streams where we could in different locations. We try to go in when it's not possible to make gigs at clubs. We make live streams from let's say, for example, rivers or places that usually people don't go, to give them more value. So that's what we did. We tried to grow a little bit more of a following to get in this summer with already having a following, so we could get more gigs or people calling us for our services, because we don't do only DJ. We also record, we make photos, like a small organization. So that's the reason they called us for this Saturday and the next one. So that's what we try to do all the pandemic.
Because me and Leon were speaking about DJs. Do you have an agent or a manager, or do you do it yourself?
We all do ourselves for now, because actually since we are based here, we try to let's say sell us in our region, then grow abroad. So we don't have a manager. We are also a small record label, and till now we only put out some unofficial remixes, okay, but because of time lacking, everybody's working, but now we will start to put releases out, and we'll see if we let us manage from a distributor or get to an agency. I don't know. It depends how everything grows.
Bro, that's crazy. That's exactly the same thing I'm doing in India right now. So we're an Ableton certified institute.
What?
Ableton? You heard of Ableton?
Yeah, cool. Of course. You have
Yes.
certified Ableton.
Yes. Yes, we're certified Ableton Training Institute. Even my trainers are Ableton certified. We're on the website, official website. You can check it out. We also have an artist management agency, record label as well, plus gear store because we tied up with 42 brands like Pioneer, Allen Heath, you name it, Logic Pro, FL. So there's so much going on. I feel you. It's a system. It's an ecosystem that we've created, and it's just been awesome. And yeah, even though gigs didn't happen, the education part, the school part is just doing extremely well. Like as of yesterday or as of now, all our Ableton courses are full up till October. So we've just been working our asses off throughout the pandemic to kind of paddle through this.
Nah, good on ya. Good on ya, Leon.
That's good.
Because when you get a manager, they take it like a commission. Me and Leon, we had what was a 2-hour chat about this, Leon.
Yeah, it was.
Are you gonna look at getting an agent in the future, Kenny, or are you gonna keep doing it yourself?
I really don't know. I like to let things simple. So if let's say gigs works or whatever is getting more, I don't mind having an agent because everyone has to do his own job. So I would prefer that everyone makes his own job, like having an agent who makes everything else for me, and I concentrate maybe on the gigs or making music or producing. It's the same concept like we do produce, and I have in my crew a guy who's also a sound designer for orchestras and soundtracks for video games and movies, etc. And he also does mixing and mastering. I do mixing myself, but even if we do so and we have the potential or people doing it, we also tend to, for example, myself, to make the master to a professional. It saves you time and it gets you good quality of the project, and time saving is also um, sometimes money saving. I know I'm gonna spend money for the master, but the time I lose making my own master, maybe I can do something else. So I try and I tend to let do to the professionals their own things. So I wouldn't mind having an agent in the future at all.
The question is, I completely agree with Kenny. I'm old school. I like things simple, easy. I was telling Stephen how we created a booking website to kind of ease out my work as well. So it's really simple to book our artists. You go to the website, you click on any of the artists you see, um, you get a drop down menu to all their links: Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and two other links below that saying press kit and book. So you book our artist. There's no conversation going on. Are you free this date? So and so, blah blah blah. You fill in the online form, and the code comes to our backend, and we decide whether we want to go ahead with the gig based on the amount they've given us, or cancel the gig. So we've kind of made things so much more easier to kind of make for especially for the artists. But the question is, I manage 13 artists. And sometimes I sit back. In fact, I spoke to Stephen about this, saying that maybe sometimes I need a manager too, someone. But then I agree with you 100%. It's so much better to get your gigs by yourself. I always believe I mean I manage the artists on my agency, but I always have to put myself last, even though I own the company. If someone calls and says, I need an artist for this Saturday, I cannot say, bro, I'm available. I, you know, I always push my artist first, and then, but at the end of the day, I think, man, damn, that could have been me, right? But again, so it doesn't really matter because the whole idea was to create an ecosystem with, give all the students a place to shine. So we've kind of taken a backseat and we do everything behind the curtains, and we let everyone, a team of 13, run the front show. So
Well,
there's two of us. Yeah, this is what we've kind of taken the back seat for everything. I mean, we've taken away from the limelight, and now we're letting everyone shine through their own. Yeah,
Well,
uh,
that's the thing with your agent. They want to make a profit out of you. You know, it's a business. If they can't make money, they drop you. I mean, look how many artists out there that are famous, but then the agents say, "Well, we can't sell your work anymore, so we have to sack you." That's the downside.
yeah, bro. But we've worked our asses off, blood, sweat, and tears
Yeah.
to not drop any of our artists since last March, right up until now. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's some crazy amount of hustle we've been through. In a space like India, where it's still like I said, we're still 10 years behind y'all in the music industry. We still haven't scratched the surface yet. We've spoken about the problems, the cops, the shit. So you know what goes on over here. So but yeah, I think we're getting there for sure, 100%.
No, I mean by what you were telling me about these music festivals in India, it's growing
Yeah,
down there.
yeah. I mean, you saw for yourself, right? It's insane. Yeah, Kenny, you should come. You should come down to India, bro. You should check it out. The market for musicians, especially the what do I say? The respect, the reciprocation that you probably get in India, it's overwhelming, and it's a great scene to play for, especially Goa, Bangalore.
Oh,
These are the
definitely. I like India. I haven't been there, but I like it. I like any place in the world actually. So if there's the possibility to come have a gig and play, I would definitely come. No problem.
No, yeah, it'd be awesome place to play music and go to festivals if you can. But Kenny, do you gonna tour, or what are you planning to do?
What was the question again?
Are you planning to tour?
To what?
Tour as a DJ.
What does to up mean?
Tour like travel
A
and play.
tour.
yeah,
Okay, tour.
yeah.
Uh, it's the accent I can get sometimes. Um, I don't know. For now, especially here, we can't tour. So if I'm keeping staying here, I will only get the gigs at the beach clubs that are located here. For now, it's good. It's okay. They're growing slowly. Summer is actually only 2 months, so we take what we get for now. But
Yeah.
I plan to go on September, October, if it's possible, maybe to Germany and see if we can get some gigs there. I have actually some friends. They have small venues, clubs, making parties, and I don't know. I have to wait. The situation is not a normal situation. No, cause of pandemic, cause of many things. So of course, if I can tour, no problem. If I got the possibilities. Wait a second.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, Leon, if you're gonna travel internationally one day and DJ,
Oh, bro, yes, Nigeria. I told you, right? Nigeria is on my cards. I was supposed to be there last March. My ticket was booked,
did you get
but
your money back for your ticket?
no, I didn't get my money back for the ticket. My friend booked it for me.
Uh,
And what I was really scared about, because and I was in Goa at that time. I was playing for my last gig before. In fact, the day I flew back, the next day the pandemic hit, and all my friends who flew down from Dubai and Israel and everything for this huge, massive gig end up staying there for an extended holiday. Anyway, so I'm looking at Nigeria for sure, 100%, because of the kind of music we're making, the artists we've collaborated with, the artists who we're going to collaborate. So there's so much happening. So definitely Nigeria for sure because of the music. Um, Even though techno is part of the whole. I mean, it's as much as I play my dancehall and reggae, but I'm more inclined to doing stuff with the Nigerian artists rather than doing it with Berlin or Germany, because that's already happening. My artists are already collaborating with the biggest of the biggest techno artists. We're bringing them down on a weekly basis, doing master classes with them. So I'm going to go back to my first love, which was hip hop. So
No, well, go where your community is.
yeah. So you see, most of my connect, like, dude, there's an artist called Genestra.
Mm.
Mazen introduced me to him. He has this track called Caribbean Queen. What a track. Amazing. I'll post it here just to check it out.
Mm.
He got in touch with me, bro. Like, he hit me up on Instagram. And his track is number one in South Africa and in Kenya. Uh, so he hit me up. He's saying he wants to do a collab with my artist. He's saying he fucks with the whole Indian vibe. He's like, I don't understand the language, but can maybe I do the second verse and the artist do the first verse, or vice versa, whatever works out for you guys. So I'm like,
Mm.
wow, man, some interesting stuff. So definitely Nigeria.
Mm.
Cool. I do actually hip hop too.
Oh, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I did my collaboration now with a Jamaican artist. They're pretty good. Coming releasing it next.
Oh, crazy, dude. That's awesome. Wait, let me just post a few links of my artist. Maybe you should check it out.
Yeah, that's fun.
Uh,
She sent me some
uh,
links, some stuff. Also music you do. I'm pretty happy if we can collab someday. Actually,
absolutely, bro. Why?
I'm
Yeah.
actually having another collab with a guy from London,
Mm-hmm.
who's also a rapper, and I think this will come out after this release with Jamaican artists, because I also do the videos and stuff. I like to do the videos for the music, and so it takes time.
The who's your distributor, Kenny? Because I distribute with CD Baby.
Wait a second, I have a call. I'll come back soon.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Oh, Leon, I'll ask this. Who's your distributor? Leon, you there? Yeah, looks like we've lost Leon. So basically, we're just talking about, what's
Yeah,
going.
the
Yeah, you there?
network's dropping. The
Okay.
network dropped. Yeah. You're talking about distribution? Yeah, we
Yeah.
spoke about distribution. I mean, yeah, uh, most of the distribution is done by the record label and by the
Uh,
plugs in between, so
I did mine
that's
independently with CD Baby.
how did that work out? I mean, how did you do that? Just
You just,
run me
you,
through the process of it.
you just pay, a flat fee for the album or the single, but then it's distributed to Spotify and multiple platforms forever. It's not a subscription based service.
But
They
it's
are
good.
expensive.
Are they any good? Was it
Yeah, it is.
helpful?
Yeah, it is helpful. The only problem is you're paying nearly $50 just to release an album or a track. That's all.
What's it called?
CD Baby.
CD Baby. All right, cool. I'm gonna check that out.
I'm back. What was the question? Distribution.
Yeah, who's your distributor, Kenny? Because I use
Um,
CD Baby. I do.
City Baby is great, but for the hip hop stuff, I recently started to release actually during the pandemic. I decided to go quickly with DistroKid, because it's easy and fast, and it
Hmm.
has pretty good options. So
One of my artists is having this huge uh, scuffle with DistroKid as we speak. I mean,
Shit.
I've gotten into it. My partner's gotten into it. The next step is going legal. DistroKid, you know what they did?
What?
They came to my artist, and he's also my colleague. He's also I don't know if you heard of A.R. Rahman. So A.R. Rahman is one of, like, he's like the Hans Zimmer of India. You know what I mean? Multi award winning film producer, brilliant sound designer. So now this guy, my colleague studied with him. So they came to him and said they wanna have a compilation called Salute Sessions, and they asked, like, artists producers from all over Bangalore. They came to my institute and said we want like a track. Now when they released the track,
the track said it wasn't. So, for example, if say Stephen Shiels, whatever track, let's say, name one of your track, Stephen.
Death and Life.
Okay, yeah, Stephen Shiels' Death and Life, right? That's how it should come on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
It came Salute Sessions featuring Stephen Shiels.
What the fuck?
Exactly. And they did it only to him. So he wrote to them, and Spotify wrote back saying it wasn't us. You got to get in touch with DistroKids taking their own sweet time to get back. They're saying there's a whole lot of implications going on right now. So the next step is to probably go legal. So this is the last nice email we can write to them.
Yeah, that's
And
very
then,
odd
yeah,
because a distributor called Ditto. I had a bit of problems. Kept rejecting my album cover 10 fucking times, and I was pissed off. And I had to change it, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'm moving to CD, baby," because I don't want to have to pay a
yeah, but
subscription.
imagine you not getting credit for your track. That's like shitty.
Oh, I yelled at them in an email.
So they said, bro, but we paid you for the track, so the track is now ours. But
Yeah.
see,
That's the problem with these distributors who subscription. They can take it down if you don't have the money, and it happens. What if you can't afford it?
Yeah,
They'll just take it down.
yeah, I know, I got you. But if you just want to, let's say, try the market, they're okay. Then you can move on to another
Yeah,
one. Actually, my goal was not to stay with DistroKid. It's just to get a few things out in another genre, which is not mine. Usually, because I DJ too, and DJing, I do other stuff. I do house, deep house, some techno, everything in old school key. So for this, for example, I'm going to use maybe I don't know for sure. Dig This or Label Works. I'm getting in touch with both, so I will choose depending on the offer. So I keep them separated. Of course, there are better solutions than DistroKid or CD Baby or whatever, but you first need to get a name by yourself if you don't have someone who speaks for you to get to these bigger distributors. For example, AWOL, I think they're great too, and they let you stay independent, even
yeah.
if they distribute as a big a major label. So
Well, have you got your stuff on Bandcamp? Because they're good. Because at least if you get a sale on Bandcamp, they just take 10%. That's it. At least you're getting paid. It doesn't cost
yeah, I know of Bandcamp, but
good. I
uh,
like them.
I think I have them separated like SoundCloud. I made this decision to make like SoundCloud and Bandcamp separated from my hip hop stuff.
yeah,
Because since I do hip hop in my language in the dialect here, where I live, nobody uses Bandcamp and nobody uses SoundCloud for
yeah,
this type of music. So I decided to don't use this ones for the hip hop stuff. YouTube works even better than Spotify where I live. So it was a, let's say, a marketing decision based on where I live. So, but I will use this ones for Bandcamp and SoundCloud for my house, deep house, and remixes. If you go on SoundCloud, you can find my remixes. I just didn't use for now Bandcamp. I'm waiting to use it for the official releases because Bandcamp will cut you off if you doing unofficial remixes or edits.
yeah,
Even and sometimes even if you agreed with the original composer. I had a DJ from Germany who is really good at edits and had I think like more than 20,000 followers and got everything taken down from Bandcamp with no they didn't tell him before, nothing, just took it down, and the next day he didn't find anything.
That's
So
fucked.
Yeah, so he had to start over with a new account because the first one got banned. So I try not to mess with Bandcamp.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Can you post some of your tracks here, bro? I mean, would love to listen to it. I mean,
Yeah, hip hop, hip hop
yeah,
ones.
the hip hop one, yeah, because
Yeah,
like even the ones I posted are hip hop, but it's in our regional language here.
yeah, I
You
know,
know,
but I'm not a big artist in hip hop. You know,
it's all right, bro. It's all right. We're not big at all.
and,
We're
yeah,
small
I know,
fish.
and it's in my language, so I don't know if you could understand.
All doesn't matter. See, I posted a link over here, even though I know you guys are not going to understand the language, right? But then that's what music is. It goes beyond languages.
Yeah, the vibes, I know.
Yeah,
It's in
yeah.
Italian dialect.
Bro, you should definitely. Stephen knows a fair bit about Goa right now. You should definitely come to India and check out Goa. 100%. As an artist and as a foreigner, you know?
Listen,
Because
as I told you, I can come anytime if there is the possibilities, or also for the pandemic or whatever. I had to go also to South Africa to play a gig, but I couldn't go. So it depends. It not depends only on me, you know. But I can definitely come to India. I'm open to everything.
I
yeah,
wanted to.
bro, because we have like really big reggae festivals over here. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like reggae, like bringing Anthony B, Dub Effects, the Wailers, the works, and the whole
Oh,
and it's a mad reggae scene happening here in Goa, bro. And Stephen, in Goa, it happens in Jan after Supersonic and Sunburn.
yeah, I saw clips
It's
on.
yeah, it's the best reggae festival. I mean, I've not been to any other reggae festival because I don't have that kind of access over here. But the world has just been brought closer to us, and it's
Yeah.
awesome. The sound system is just booming. So we have a sound system here called 10,000 Lions, started by this Indian group they call it Delhi Sultanate. Uh, they're super dope. They make reggae, uh, crazy stuff. Like he sounds like Sean Paul. Um, so he has his own stage at the reggae festival called the 10,000 Lion stage, and what a
Mm.
massive boombox sound system it is. It's crazy. You should check out. Wait, let me post Dub Effects' set from Sunsplash. You should check it out. It's
I was going to ask Leon and Kenny. We've got Tracy. How are you, Tracy? When you travel as a musician, who's paying for all your stuff? Your booking agent, or do you have to fund it yourself?
usually it's the venue who takes care of it, or sometimes the booking agent who's probably promoting a venue or curating gigs at a venue.
Yeah.
But most of the time, if it's a big event, it's sponsored by a sponsor, alcohol sponsor, or so on. But like I said, but when there's sponsorship involved, alcohol sponsors, there's too much of a chaos with the money later, and we've been through it. So we told
Yeah.
you we prefer doing everything ourselves, or all our tours ourselves. We pay the artist first, wait for the money later. So we make sure that we bear the profit and loss ourselves rather than relying on someone else to fund the event to make the event happen. Because a lot of people might not like the idea, cannot relate to an idea of an underground festival, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. They don't what they don't know they don't understand, and what they don't know doesn't exist. So we fund everything ourselves. So it's
Yeah.
safe that way.
You gotta look after the artist too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, the artists come first.
But Tracy's here. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hello, everyone. Good morning from DC. It's morning here, just around 7:14. I just, I know this probably the opposite for Stephen. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say hello.
Yeah, awesome, man. No, I was just chatting. We're chatting about music. What do you do, Tracy?
So I do a few things, but um, when I'm in this world, I have to focus it down. So I am a writer, and I also help writers build their platform, help them with marketing plans, getting the word out about their books, and also just making sure that they have opportunity to come to them because of what they provide in the way of their books. You know, and also telling them that you can't just, write the book and think you're done. You have to be on these different platforms so that
Yeah.
you have longevity, so you can have longevity and build your people. I'm sure it's the same in the music business, as artists.
Exactly.
Be in the studio or, you got to be out there spreading the.
Yeah.
Yo, Kenny, your track is fire, bro.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
For real, yeah. I don't understand what it's saying, but man, I get.
It's actually about it speaks about the situation of the pandemic, but in a metaphoric way. You have to really listen to it because I don't speak clearly about the pandemic. I just make sentences. They lead you to think about it, but it actually also then talks about weed and the monsters you see with weed and everything that happens in the world. That you think it happens because you smoke, but it really happens because of pandemic. It's like it's contorted. Is you even if in Italian people don't get it. They think that it talks about Halloween, but it doesn't. And I made this on purpose, and I put it out on Halloween on purpose too. So
Yo, my boy, the guy whose tracks I posted in the chat section.
yeah,
All you guys are similar because all he raps about is uh, weed and but metaphorically. Like all his tracks are like that. So it's strange. We got endorsed like by brands like Slim Jim. Slim Jim keeps sending us like hampers for the year every month because of the kind of music that he's making. It's pretty funny, how the two of you are so.
oh, that's cool. If there is a possibility, let's get in touch and I'll make a track with him.
Yeah,
And
man, for sure, for real.
yeah,
Yeah. It's
I'm
always
waiting for.
it's always good to collaborate with as many people as you can.
Yeah, guys, I don't wanna say it's good because I'm waiting till it comes out. But the next release, this I think this one is let's say fire or at least chill too. Especially because the other artist from Jamaica is on the top of the track, and I think this one is cool too. It talks about people, when you ride in your car and you have a nice car and you on purposely go slow to make people watch you because you are lucky this day you shining with this car even if it's not yours, you know.
Yeah.
um, you will see the video and the music and understand better. I know it's kind of difficult to understand when I explain like this. Anyway, Tracy, could I ask you something?
Of course.
She Do you make audiobooks too, or podcasts?
Have I made my books into podcasts? Is that what you're asking? I mean, do I have a podcast?
Yeah, or do you make audiobooks, or at least talk where I can listen?
Oh, you know what? No, and that is what I'm now being encouraged to do.
Yeah,
So
you should.
the next book for sure. The book that I wrote before was, it was like 5 years ago. My signature book, even though I've written many things on the internet. So what I did though, just to kind of get myself used to the concept, I did do a scene on YouTube, and I'll post it here. But everyone that I talk to says yes, you must do a podcast, or you must do and do the on audio. And so my book that's coming up, and I'm going to make sure is audio because that is the wave. It has been the wave. I hadn't jumped on it yet. So I'm going to find the scene though, and you can listen to it at your leisure. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Because you have a relaxing voice, so
Yeah,
um,
I never knew. I never knew, but now I do know because I'm on audio a lot, and many people are now saying that. I'm like, yeah, let's work
I,
it.
I could see your voice also on this speech music, like sort of like rapping, but just have an instrumental and you make your speech, whatever topic. Usually it's motivational topics. It's I could see that, on a track with your voice speaking in rhymes
Oh,
slowly.
I like this vision, Kenny. Yeah, put me.
Yeah,
Put,
I just
you
followed
put
you
me on a
anyway.
track. You put me on a track. Let's.
Oh, okay.
And
I
she
just
got the name.
followed you. I just followed you. Follow back, and maybe we can do something together if you like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should explore. Definitely explore. So yeah, this is cool. This is the way these things works.
I,
But
I
yeah,
like to encourage people to do things they even maybe didn't want to do. So
yeah. Me too. We have to kind of push people out their comfort zones, and even sometimes the pushers need to be pushed. So that's why I appreciate already that I've come into this room. So it's
Yeah, this is
awesome.
the first time I'm hearing Tracy speak. I mean, she's always in Mazin's room or rooms
Oh, you
here and
saw
there.
me in there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You're always there at Mazin's room. I'm always up there.
yeah.
So
Listening,
never
listening,
heard you speak. Yeah.
and
yeah,
listening.
she's relaxing, yeah, right?
That's exactly it. I do a room a lot with someone and in the morning we do wellness. But many times we bring guests to like lead us in meditations or one time we had a sound bath where I don't know, it was like we were taking a bath in sound. It was awesome. So
Tracy, how many people come to your room when you host a room?
we, it always fluctuates. That's why you have to kind of experiment. Sometimes it's 12. It used to be way more like 2 weeks ago. The numbers are declining. And I think it's because not many people can come on stage anymore. Because I think people like, being on stage, and then there's an element of gem collecting too. So I don't know. It fluctuates, but whether it's 3 or 300, you know what I mean. You just kind of keep you set the vibe regardless of the number,
I
and
had a room for 2 hours and I was the only one in it.
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
Steve, so did Steven. It was crazy.
I feel you.
What was your title? What was your title, Leon? Pop.
Yeah, the music business, let's network, listen, connect, and collab.
Hey, that was good. So now you may need to tweak, take one word out of it. I mean, you just don't know. Sometimes people
I don't
come.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But also
Yeah.
I think there are not as many people in here right now. Spotify got to amp it up, and we have to have better content.
No, it is. I'm happy with Green Room because I'd rather just podcast with us three here and have a great chat, and this is a great episode.
That's true. That's true. That's true
Yo,
Yeah.
too.
guys, I think smaller rooms are better because you make real connections. If there are too many people, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 of them will get something of 100, but then the rest is doing nothing. I got my best connection from small rooms up to 10 people or 20.
Like
Well,
us,
that's true. That's really true.
I tried Clubhouse. It's too intimidating and overwhelming. There's like 400 people in one room.
But I will say this because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, I'm an introvert, and I will say that I have been on the stage way more here than I ever was in
Me too.
Clubhouse. Way
I've
more,
never been on stage on Clubhouse.
yeah. And that is with me actually on. I say own. I lead a club over there, and it's not every week people come. It's not a whole lot of people, and it has this vibe here.
No, I hosted
Um,
rooms with a lot of people. I'm admin of the India some artist connect page. Someone made me the admin. So when we host rooms, there's a good about 50 to 70, sometimes 100 plus people. But like Steven said, it's intimidating, you know. I've been a lot more. I think I did 3 rooms on Clubhouse and that was it. I mean, yeah, I stopped and now I'm on Greenroom. But every day I open Clubhouse and check. Oh, there's 3 new followers, 4 new followers. It's crossed about 560. It's just growing for no reason. I'm not even doing anything on the app.
Yeah, mate.
Like,
Yeah, but I'm trying
I
so
must say,
hard to, have rooms over here. We've been in a room for 2 hours. I tried to bring people over. I've invited people to your rooms, but maybe it's gonna take some time, you know. But I
oh
think we'll.
well, Spotify is awesome. I love Greenroom.
maybe consistency will bring more people.
Yeah.
We're doing this for 3 days in a row, bro. You know, and I've tried this at weird. I've tried this at early morning our time. I tried it 9 p.m., which is like post dinner for most Indians. Try that time. I tried it at 2 a.m. No one came.
Mm, I don't know. Keep doing it. Who knows? There are people not having
Yeah, for sure.
any. I,
Tracy, you got any tips? Tracy, you there?
Earth calling Tracy.
Some connection.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
no, no. It wasn't a connection. It's sometimes when I go do something, I get lost in the matrix and have to find my way back. Like I was posting the video, and then and then you called on me. So yeah, I posted the video from YouTube. And
Is that
what?
your voice?
Yes, yes.
There
Can
you
you hear
go,
me?
Kenny.
Yeah, yeah. Got you now.
So yeah, I posted the video from YouTube. But what were you asking?
Yeah,
So you got
I
any
just checked your
tips?
video and subscribed to it as well.
Yeah, you got any tips on how to grow a room? Because I've been in your rooms and you get a good turnout of people.
Well, the tip is to do it consistently,
Done.
mostly at the
Yeah.
same time, so that people have a sense of when you're there,
Mhm.
and then you just ping like crazy. Yeah. So for example, we do, the wellness thing in the morning. Mid afternoon, we do something with business, and then at night is it's kind of more of a variety. But people are starting to know when they can check in.
Yeah.
Um, that's one thing, and like I said, grow enough, follow enough people that you can ping them in, and and then another thing we have is um, airtime. Are you guys familiar with airtime?
No,
It's kind
what's
of like
airtime?
it's kind of like
Yeah.
Discord, yeah. So that you build your community over there, and then when you got something going on, you call them in. You like, hey, about to open a room in 10 minutes. It's like a reminder
Uh-huh.
thing. So those are three things. And then just encourage conversation with people, engage
Uh-huh.
with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I found 7 p.m. Sydney time's the best for me because I tried to go live today at about 11 a.m. Sydney so I could get some of the US people, but I think 7 p.m.'s the best time for me. It's just working, and I'm happy with that.
So we're trying to kind of like slowly build a network so
Mm,
that anytime you come in, you can find content that we have put together. That's the
mm,
goal. We're a long way, but that's the goal. And so that you can sleep in between, right, and have someone else kind of carrying on your vibe for you.
mm,
Because
exactly.
that's what the long rooms do. We're all human, so at some point the mod, the host has to get some sleep, and they have to have people on the team that they trust that can keep the room going.
Yeah, with me, I try to, if I've got a good 3 hour podcast and, if I'm starting to get tired, I'll end it. because it's a good chat.
If you're one person, that
That's what
makes
I do.
sense. Yeah, if you're one person, absolutely. 3 hours is good.
Yeah, but I love chatting just with like a small group. That's what I
Hey,
like better.
hey guys, I have to go. Ping me in next time you put the room, or let's chat on Instagram or wherever. So
Yeah,
let's be in contact.
we'll be doing
Uh,
it tomorrow, 7 p.m. Sydney time. I know that's going to be in the day for you, Kenny.
I don't know. Maybe we have 6 or 7 hours delay. I don't know.
I'll ping
But
you in. I'll give you a notification.
okay, I check then.
Yeah,
The ones I saw, I have Clubhouse. I followed you there on too. So maybe we can get a room started there too, or just listen to a room like Tracy's room or whatever. Okay.
yeah,
It's so good,
Absolutely,
Kenny.
Kenny.
I followed you on Instagram and here, and I'll look for you on Clubhouse as well, Kenny. And same for you, Len.
Okay.
Have a good
Peace.
one. Bye bye.
Peace to everyone. Bye.
See you, Kenny. Have a good one.
Bye.
yeah. So Tracy and Leon, I do meditation. I know Tracy. Do you meditate?
Yes, yes, yes. Particularly, well, I take a moment in the morning to ease into my day, with positive thoughts and affirmations. But at night, a lot of times I will listen to affirmations that begin with "I am."
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
hmm That's one of my favorite things to do. And just calming music. I have the Calm app. I don't know if you have.
Oh, cool.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I have. I tried it, but I use Insight Timer.
That's what it's called, Insight Timer.
No, there's the Calm. But I use Insight Timer. That's a
Oh,
different.
oh no, I've never heard of that. So Insight Timer. And but I've started to just speak gently to myself pretty much throughout the day. You know what I mean? It's not like I think that's better for me because I need reinforcement.
Mm.
Because you can set the intention for the day, but really so much of what happens is just all the damn time. So I try to like bring myself back to myself whenever needed. Um, yeah.
No, well that's all you can do.
hmm But now that doing the room has become a meditation practice, because it's very consistent. Um, and we'll have guests on there as time goes on to bring us different ideas about meditation. Um, so that because one thing may resonate with someone and not another person, so we want to like kind of just expose people to different ways to heal because we're all going through some things, right?
Mm. It's like I believe in the law of attraction. Like attracts like. I remember I was on one of your rooms about this, and yeah, things are just manifesting for me.
Wonderful. That's
You know,
awesome.
like
hmm
this green room, the amount of connections I've had with Leon, you, and just got to network with people. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, that's where support ideas are generated, different perspectives, breakthroughs. It's all through being in communion with other human beings
Mm.
because we all have so many different gifts and life, unlived experiences that when you mix it up, you can get some good
Yeah.
stuff.
You have to.
I think the two of you should check this link out. I posted in the chat.
Yeah, give us a look.
So it's in Bangalore. Excuse me.
What is it? The
It's
thousand
run.
petals?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. So it's meditation, it's relaxation, it's all sorts of things going on in one. There's a lamp therapy as well. It's basically rays of light that kind of put you into a transcendental state, and there's a sensory deprivation tank as well, which is um, it's filled with salt. It's and the weight of the deprivation of the water is the same weight as your body. So when you're in the tank, you have the illusion that you're floating. Check it out.
Oh,
It's really interesting. It's super nice, and and so I was thinking of doing something like this in the studio, because like sound healing. And
yes,
there's a
do
really
that.
good institute here in Pondicherry. So because we use, but see, sound healing is very traditional. There's it's handmade. There's gongs and a host of stuff there. But what I've been researching of late is a lot of binaural music, a lot of drone generating sounds as well that you see on these apps that kind of like kind of put you into a meditative state. So I want to add like technology to traditional sound healing and have like a room just for people to come and have like sessions, sound
Mm.
healing sessions going on where there's uh, yeah, just like body healing through sound. But
You
there's
know,
a course I need to do for it. But I mean, Thousand Petals is an amazing play. I mean, just read through it. You'll probably get an idea
I,
of what I'm
I am.
trying to.
I want to stay
It's insane.
focused. I want to stay focused here, but I just emailed it to me because that's the best way I can save it. And I'm
Okay.
going to dive into it later. I'm so intrigued by it, and you should definitely do that. And if you ever want to, if you ever like, it advances and you want to come in our room and do it, please. I mean, like I said, when I took that sound bath, I was so relaxed, and so I would love to see how you interpret that and what you add to it. Um, yeah, keep fleshing that out.
you
So
know,
I went to my partner with the idea. So uh, he's like, come up with a plan. Tell me the budget for it. How long is it going to take? And let me know. I'm like, okay. But then, see, for the institute to open, for me to travel, for me to uh, end up doing the course to educate myself before I add, I already know the technology part. I need to know the traditional part as well. So, and there's this beautiful ashram in Auroville, which is it's a French inhabited city in India. Everyone speaks French, from the local guys, the fruit sellers on the road. So they have a community over there. There's this guy called I forgot his name, but they have this really amazing sound healing institute. You want to check it out? I can post a link over here. He makes all the instruments himself. He's a German guy or a foreigner. I've forgotten his name, but really
Yeah,
really
post it.
nice. It's one of my favorite stores to go to because there's so much instruments in that. It's crazy. I spent hours in that store.
Let me say something else, Leon, in terms of I if you do something regarding meditation like the sound, because it can go on for hours, people like me go to YouTube and they will play it all night long. People that are in desperate need of sleep and need relaxation, and that is how you get um, the hours in. They say you need 1,000 viewers and so many hours, and that will get the algorithm, to get you enough people there to monetize.
Yeah.
So it's really lucrative to have these meditations, these sounds that can go on for a long time because people will actually be there for a long time. So yeah.
see, there's meditations I love. Tibetan bowls and shamanic drums. I love that sort of stuff. Sound healing's great, especially when you do breath work as well. And chakra work. I love chakras, and finding your own style. But I had a look at that website, Leon. It looks good. So it's important to
Yeah,
find
bro. They have a sound garden over there. I posted the second link to it. It's
Oh,
super cool. So yeah, I don't know. I just spent the whole day, but I don't even know how time flies by over there. In that.
but what about? I'd like to talk about lucid dreaming. Tracy and Leon have had lucid dreams.
Oh man, that's something dreams I could never figure out. So if you could. Tell me a little bit more about what would
You
you mean
mean
by
have
lucid
you had
dreams?
clear dreams vivid dreams?
Oh, lucid
Oh yeah.
dreams where you
Oh.
step into them and take control of them.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
I
All the time.
I I have, in the sense that when something happens, I am aware that I'm dreaming, and I consciously decide that this is going to end. Yes, I do think that has happened.
Yeah.
Not
Ditto.
frequently. Yeah, where I literally tell myself, this is a dream. You can step away. Yeah,
I
yeah. I don't. Is that uncommon for that to happen?
no, you know.
Not really. I mean, I spoke to a friend of mine who treats trauma for all the in the army. Because I kept having recurrent dreams over and over and over again, the same thing, and would lead to uh, me waking up sweating, all sorts of jazz. Anyway, so he gave me a different whole side to it. Someone told me some supernatural bullshit, and he gave me a really interesting thing to do, and it's worked ever since. I mean, I've not had any. I've not had, and yeah, I've not actually had those those recurrent ones that would happen before, like say
What
3 years.
can you? Was it through a session with this person that gave you a technique? Can you share a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. So okay, my friend's super straight up. He's in the army. He's one of the highest ranking officers. Plus, he was an ex-raw agent as well. He's in Happy Valley in Shillong. So he's like a genius. He knows everything about everything, and he's a doctor as well, and he treats all the trauma patients who in the army. So I spoke to him about it, and I told him. He just laughed. He said, "Leon, you're not just keep yourself busy." He said your mind is just going haywire for no reason. Set a routine for yourself, follow that routine, make sure your one give whatever you're doing, make sure you give it at 100%. So by the time you finish, your brain doesn't have time to comprehend or even go tend to go a little haywire because you just want to end your day and just probably pass out because you've done everything you wanted to do in that day. So I started doing that. And there were so many things that I realized when I made a checklist. There were so many things I was not doing during a day to kind of so I gave my work better attention, myself, my agency, the school, the students. So I started, making a checklist for myself and a whole routine, which kind of yeah, which kind of got me out of, yeah, I'm saying I'm in a better frame of mind right now. Probably just a little pep talk. That was it. That was his solution to my problem.
No.
Wow, that's great. Um, I I interpret dreams. I'm not saying I'm a professional, but I do tend to be able to see the symbolism. Um, you know, Sometimes I will go to this website, but you can't just go to the website and think you can figure it out. Is I think I do have some intention. I mean, some intuitiveness to on how to put the symbols together. So if anybody ever needs a dream interpreted,
Oh, oh, I would love to definitely talk to you in depth with this for sure on another room sometime
something I just kind of
because
like learned that I
this
can
shit
do.
scared me. So I had to talk to someone about it. But then everyone had different views and opinions, so I said, let me take someone who uses logic every day of his life too. So
What
I
about
spoke to my
what
friend and just
about a dream catcher? Do they work?
Tell me about that.
they look nice.
Isn't
You,
that from like native
I don't.
native Indians? You put it on top of above the bed and catches bad dreams or something.
oh,
Apparently, yeah. I mean, I have a dream catcher. My sister has. I mean, my sister makes dream catchers. I know, but it's just a nice, pretty piece of art. So I don't know what the significance behind it or whether it actually works. Or I mean, it just looks nice when you hang it on your wall.
Oh, okay,
I w-
interesting. What about
I am a
yeah?
writer. It's good material. Dreams are material. I don't want. I want them. I want to catch them myself.
Except for bad ones. Ugh. You know, sometimes I get dreams and I wake up in the morning. I was like, "What the fuck was that?" You
So
know.
Stephen, I was with you in the room at I left at 5:20 a.m. and then I woke up and I was with you in the room again. You asked me, have I not slept or not? So my routine, there was a point of time where I told you, right? These dreams scared the shit out of me. I didn't want to sleep at one point of time, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't want it to happen again. So I was super sleep deprived, insomnia. I mean, I would sleep when it was bright, thinking that I was safer in the morning. I would sleep at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., wake up at 7, go straight to the club.
Mm.
So I kind of was trying like to run away from it, cheated, but then I just like faced it one day and just made it. Like, I realized it was just small changes that I had neglected.
Mm.
So
Well,
which made things.
if you're DJing, you're going to be doing night shift by the sounds of it. Is that correct?
Yeah. But
Yeah. So you,
for me, it's not just night shift, right? I have a day job as well with the school. So for me, it's like never ending. I finish with that. I come back. I log out at 8. Classes finish at 6 on the weekends. We have
yeah.
an hour to kind of wrap up the weekend because we're off on Monday. Then it's back. Saturday night is back to the club, which is
What?
finished. Which finishes in the morning.
When is your weekend, Leon? Is it like a Monday or Tuesday or?
No, Monday off. Mondays are off. Yeah, we work on Saturdays and Sundays because there's a lot of students who cannot come on the weekdays, so they prefer the weekend batch. So we had to sacrifice our weekend to to keep things going. So we take off on a Monday when everyone's working, we're chilling.
What
When
about?
everyone's chilling, we're working.
You thought about taking the Tuesday off?
Um, no, the thing is, Tuesday and Wednesday we have classes for the
Yeah.
weekday batches. Thursday and Friday we don't. Thursday and Friday is for us. It's for all the artists in the studio. So we don't have classes on Thursday and Friday. We have practice sessions for
Yeah.
all the students where they can come and use the studio for stuff like that. But mainly the Thursday and Friday the studio is for us. And Saturday and Sunday it's back to classes. So we're free to use the studio on Monday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah. If you're gigging as a DJ for how many hours you doing 8 hour set? How long, Leon?
Okay, so at most of the other clubs, like at the five-star hotels and the standalone clubs, it's standard of 90 minutes, about 2 hours. But at
Yeah.
straight up, where we're on till 6 in the morning, there's no such thing as a lineup or a DJ playing before you or DJ closing. So the artists who play there are guys who play marathon sets, who are who know the music basically. So whoever plays there do long extended sets of 5 to 6 hours each, including me, which we
Yeah.
never get to do at a legal party. Imagine we're getting to do it at an illegal party.
Yeah.
You
Are
know, so that's the thrill of it, you know. I mean, because yeah, everyone who plays at straight up at the after party gets to they start at 1 and they finish at 6. There's no one in between. There's no one closing. So that's how it's been. And artists love that, you know, because they don't really get time to play in other in other places because there's a line of artists and there's a deadline where they have to close. Standalones shut at 1:30, five stars shut at 3. So you see, they don't have that freedom or that space to do like a marathon set. So we've programmed the night in such a way that all the artists who are coming here are doing extended sets only. If you
Yeah.
cannot do a 5 hour set, you cannot get a slot at this party.
Mm.
So that's how we've made it. So, and it's been fantastic. It's
But you
crazy, man. The after party vibe. There are more people at the after party than the regular places, you know, because and that became a problem as well with the cost because they're like everyone's now coming out of their house at post 12 when other places are shutting, you
you
know.
see,
So
your sleep is very important. You got to sleep.
yeah, now I
You
do.
got to get that.
Thankfully now I have like even though see I slept at I mean at 5 in the morning, I have a routine. I I woke up, I finished my work, and now I'm chilling.
Mm.
It's not. I mean, work's happening behind, but I have you know. I mean, though. Oh, by the way, my sister-in-law went for surgery yesterday.
Mm.
Finally, but she's still unconscious though.
Shit.
She still don't know. We still don't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm just giving it enough attention. I lost a little extra sleep probably because of Mason's room. I was going to call it a night yesterday,
Mm.
but I really wanted to stay on and get you into the room, get your track being featured, get just the ice being break the ice because I've spoken about that room for so long.
Yeah.
So I stayed on a little extra. Otherwise, I'm by max let's say uh, two two-ish. I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
Sometimes even before that, you know.
Tracy, how do you cope with sleep?
Um, honestly, I have good nights and bad nights. And when I
Yeah.
have a good night, I'm like, I wake up and I'm so excited because I can feel the instant difference in my body energy after I have a good night's sleep. So I'm like, oh my God, I had a good night's sleep. Let's work with this. But like I said, I try to go to sleep to really relaxing sound. My thing is I can pretty much fall asleep, but I always wake up in the middle and can't get back to sleep.
What about on a hot night in summertime? Is there any tips you can give?
Get you a nice fan that hums.
Yeah.
And, even if a lot of people have AC, but even when I have AC, I sometimes opt still for the fan because there's like a little meditative hum in the fan.
Mhm.
And, like I said, go to YouTube or whatever your music source is and listen to sound. And I do a little, I don't do this all naturally. Sometimes I may have to get some, I won't say any particular brand, but I have to give it sleep aid
Yeah.
when, when things
Ah,
start being night after night after night.
Yeah.
But it's just like, regular. I don't necessarily need that. Um,
you know what? I don't go home for days sometimes, and everyone at home gets really panicky. I mean, not panicky, but they know. Um, the best sleep in the world is at my school. I was telling Stephen the other day, it's amazing. You can't hear a single sound what's happening outside. It's just silence. It's amazing. And of course, there's always music playing. So you see, when we're sleeping at night, there's this binaural beats going on in the background. Just
Uh,
like, like
you,
elevator music just going around each room.
you know,
And that's all you hear. You don't hear the sound of a honk or a bark or nothing. You don't hear sunrise, you don't hear sunset. It's 100% soundproof. It's amazing.
wow. And I live in the city, like literally
Yeah,
city.
I live. That's why my house is in this in it's crazy. There's so much happening all around it, and that's why
yeah.
I don't come home.
I can hear your background, Leon. It sounds like it's crazy.
There you go.
Where
The
you are.
metro station is coming right in front of my house.
Oh dear.
Right now, I'm visiting a friend in the country, and so this I get a good night's sleep. This morning it rained much of the night, and so I had that. I didn't have to, YouTube anything because the rain was so awesome. And I'm looking out the window now, and I see nothing but trees, really. So it's very peaceful. I actually slept well, and I woke up and I didn't even realize where I was for a second. And I'm like, oh wow, that was good. So that's even why I'm up talking to you guys now.
Where
Um,
exactly are you located, Tracy? I got cousins living in Brighton and in Surrey.
your cousins living where?
In Brighton.
Where's that?
Aren't you in London?
No, 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 no. I live in
Oh.
DC, the
Sorry, I thought
U.S.
you were in London. My bad. I don't know why I
Mm-mm,
thought you
this
were
I
there.
live in the U.S. in the nation's capital. But I'm visiting a southern state right now, which is more country, and so I'll be here for about a week or so. And I'm just saying how much of a difference experience it was last night. My first night here. So calming, the rain, the trees out my window. I'm really loving.
Yeah, it's
Oh, Tracy, I grew up in the jungle, so
I love the sound of the jungle. I've stayed in the wildlife reserve, 10 acres into the wildlife reserve, on a tree house. It's crazy. You can see, you can hear leopards. You can see deer passing you because you're already in the sounds. I would just go there to listen to um, just connect because the sounds are 24/7. There's no break in the
Yeah,
sound when
nature,
you're in the
the
jungle.
sounds
Yeah, there's
singing.
it reaches a point where you have to hold your ears. It gets deafening at night sometimes because there's so much happening. But there's sounds 24/7. There's no break in it, which is amazing.
Mm.
So yeah, yeah, I'm a very very jungle kid, I would say. I love forests and jungles, and because this we have access to it all around us, just for 4 or 5 hours away into the wildlife reserve, So we've grown up around it, so it's always been like a weekend getaway as well. Just like a morning drive sometimes. Okay, let's take a 3 hour drive to the forest and come back. So we're
And
that close
isn't
to
it
it.
and isn't it so interesting that we're all trying to capture those sounds, whether in an isolated way or collectively. We try that because we know that nature is what brings us peace and healing. Like we really should be in the middle of nature, and so we're trying to like find it.
100%. So actually the place where I stayed it's a place called Coorg. It's called the Scotland of India. So check it out. So it's a beautiful place and it's basically wildlife and you can't buy land there. People who live in that area are all inhabited. Um, the land's been given to them by the king, so they're all the king's army, and so you can't really. The entire place are all just tea and coffee and spices and plantations and stuff, because it's like I said, it's now become a tourist spot. Now this guy, he's also he works with Amnesty, and he built his tree house inside the wildlife reserve, which he got permission from the government to do it and stuff like that. And he's one of the few guys who produces civet cat coffee. Have you heard of civet cat coffee?
No, what's that?
Okay, so the civet cat, excuse me, it's a knock. Yeah, and but its senses, I mean, are really sharp that it only eats the ripest of the ripest coffee berries, right? Now that um uh, so basically it should turn into coffee to make things easier. So that's taken and contaminated at 1,000 degrees and made into coffee because it's the purest beans, right? And that coffee is very very expensive and very strong. It goes for like $150,000 to,
Wow.
sorry, my bad, about 150,000 Indian rupees, sorry.
Isn't that
Yeah,
that coffee that comes
to
out of
about 200,000
the
Indian rupees.
Stephen,
Yeah, it comes out of the cat's backside.
yeah,
before we I have to run out because Lily is motioning me to do my own room, so I have
yeah,
to say goodbye to you guys now. But we
yeah.
can chat again another time. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right,
Yeah,
Tracy, see you. Bye-bye. Yeah, bro. So I was saying about this coffee. So
sure.
basically, when so they collect the droppings of the cat
Yeah.
and turn that into coffee.
All right, that's pretty
Crazy, right?
crazy. Yeah. Look, Leon, it's a great show today. I'll end the room, but thanks for
Yeah,
coming on.
sure, bro. Anytime. I mean, like, great catching was always. I'll catch
I
you sometime later, whenever you. Yeah, whenever. I'ma
I
see you.
7 p.m. any time's the best for me. But if you open a room, just invite me. Yeah,
All right, bro. Yeah, I'm just gonna go check on the fam, see what's happening. Connect with the gaming community, see what's happening there. You know,
yeah,
it's time for all that. And then, yeah, if there's a good room happening, I'm gonna send you an invite for
yeah.
sure.
Just thanks for the
All right,
wonderful
see you later, bro. Take care, man.
later.
Cheers,
Bye.
bro. Always. Bye.